Okay, I guess there's no background noise. So here we go. Anyway, hi. Hi. I forgot to get water. Hi. The noise of silence. Hey, sex boy. Okay. I think I have it all. I think I have it all. I need to disable some stuff. Why did I turn this stuff on? That's the worst. Okay. Let's see if we get any noise. There we go. Party time. Disable windows. You kidding me? I'm trying to activate windows, not disable windows. No, it fits nicely too. Audio is so loud. How is it so loud? This is like for you guys like at 20% volume and already like ducked 20 decibels and it's still this loud. Yeah, but I only do one of those. Obviously. And the one I do too well. Okay, I think we're ready, right? Right. Right. I'm pretty sure we can get started. Morps. So, what is this game about? This game is about traveling around the world in 80 days. Because that's what we're going to do. Because we enter the service of a new gentleman who seems to be a bit of a gambling man. And Inkle presents this gambling man. Also in association with Cape Guy. Directed by John Ingold and Joseph Humphrey. I saw the title, I thought you'd do Death Stranding. I could be. I mean, this is the worst, right? I haven't been spoiled in the game, like before the game releasing. And now that the game is out, I am as not spoiled. It's so weird. Around the world. Yeah, I could be, right? I mean, I could have gone around the world straight into Mads Mikkelsen. Anyway, let's get this started. Our starting point is London, so we need to get back to London. That's the first thing we're going to do. So, this game works with time. Depending on when you arrive, you can do certain things, and depending on the time, you can do certain things. So that's gonna be fun. But let's get started. So, Monsieur Phileas Fogg returned home early from the Reform Club, and in a newfangled steam carriage besides. Did Jesse play this at some point? I recognize this. I gave you a private playthrough of this game. That's why you recognize this. I helped him down. Ah, Passepartout, said he. We are going around the world, monsieur. Very good, monsieur. You gave me more than a private playthrough. I sure did. I murmured dutifully, not believing a word of it. We shall circumnavigate. I don't think we can show that. The globe within 80 days. He was quite calm as he proposed this wild scheme. We leave for Paris on the 8:25 in an hour. But of course, I answered, still extremely suspicious. He nodded. Good. Pack an altimeter and my evening jacket. There is no other moment to waste. My character is now disposable. The only thing that matters is around the world in 69 days. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. There we go. We collecting the thing. We pack. What do we take? He said his things and an altimeter. Altimeter. I can take a wax cylinder. Trousers! Of course. How else would you get around the world? Playing cards of interest to humorous, stalwart, official, and soldier types. You can do some tricky dickies. Or I can just get a shipping table so we can take like a shipping boat out of Europe to like, I don't even know where. Africa. I don't know. Because this is where it starts, right? These is the decisions we need to make. I'm gonna take playing cards. Even though it's like the dumbest option because you can fit 2 things. And this is only 1 slot. So... See? So either I can get a little bit of monies, because we need to travel with the money we have, which is 4,000 pounds, which is a lot of money in that time. Maybe we'll even get some money. I think I am done. There we go. Times with upper class journeys. Nice. So all of the routes you can take, you have to discover, right? So for example, if I would want to take this, I would have to discover a route to Stockholm, right? So at the moment, the only route I have here is to Paris. So these are like the only ways I can go at this point. So I am going to embark. Departing now. Woo! Forced to go to Paris. Gross. I know, right? This is sadly how we do. The mechanical horses raced past a Piccadilly Circus and Pall Mall faster than a team of thoroughbreds. Even so, the whistle of the 8:25 was blowing as we pulled up to Charing Cross Station. We have no tickets! We raced along the concourse and threw ourselves aboard. Is this Oregon Trail? This is better than Oregon Trail. This is way better than Oregon Trail. We raced along the concourse and threw ourselves aboard as the second whistle shrieked its warning. We barely had time to take our seats before the guard rapped smartly on the compartment door. He held out a hand. Tickets, please. Pretend to have lost them. Patting down one pocket and then the other. And was about to start digging through our suitcases when Monsieur Fogg interrupted my touching performance. My valet is trying to express that we're in too much haste to purchase tickets, he said, no doubt intending to chasten me. That's hot. Which was not at all my meaning. And I tried to alter my mime. So now we can... So this game is very much like choice-based, right? So it is a huge decision tree. And we try to navigate this decision tree in 80 days. That's the game, not Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail is you leave town, you die. Which was not at all my meaning. And left me rather in doubt of my master's interpretive abilities. It was not a particularly theatrical man, it must be said. You may purchase them from me, the guard was saying, though it's more expensive, I'm afraid. 85 pounds, please. I argued with him. Get lost in Russia. You can actually take the Trans-Siberian Express, if I'm not mistaken. There's even like a throwback to Murder on the Orient Express in this game. It's great. I argued with him. I'm gonna get myself a discount, but only displeased Monsieur Fogg further. You will pay the sum at once and remunerate this man for his patience. Okay, fine. Here's 100. Gave the man 100 and added a word or two of advice about allowing a little leniency to gentlemen in their hours of need. The guard gave me our tickets and slit the compartment door shut behind him with a pneumatic hiss. The door, not the guy. He hates us. Rip. We can talk. Begin conversation. Ah, the bumbling Passepartout. Thanks, dude. Yeah, Fogg no longer loves you. Fogg will remember this. I have made a hefty wager and do not intend to lose. It will be most expensive, monsieur. Indeed, but we can earn a little from buying and selling our possessions as we travel. Very good. There you go. London's smog gave way to rolling hills and the pastures of the Kentish countryside, still untouched by the hand of technological advancement. Monsieur Fogg read his paper while I repack our bags. We passed the day in silence. I'm gonna repack my bag. We need the Fogg approval. So this is what we're going for. We're going to go for that. We're gonna hog the Fogg. Hog is hog. Daddy Fogg. Daddy Hog Fogg. I wouldn't mind having Monsieur Fogg me, if you know what I mean. Monsieur Fogg read his paper while I repack our bags, thrown together in haste and confusion. As afternoon turned inexorably to evening, I discovered that my master was one of those gentlemen who broke their silence rarely, if at all. A guard rapped on our door. Man, these guys like rapping. Wow, talkies. We're doing the talkies. A few miles before it's over, we are about to submerge. Takes some people a bit funny, so watch out. What do you mean? Submerge. BRP. Sure thing. So, how are we going to treat this? So we are going to go for full fog, right? Well, how are we? Are we the unflappable Englishman who speaks French for some reason? Even though our name is also French. Because I feel like I want to be... Because I already started out unflappable, right? And I love that word. I really like the word. Unflappable. So that's what we're gonna live with, I guess. Yes, unflappable. Very good, I replied, as though submerging inside a 1,000-ton metal train was quite ordinary to me. If you feel claustrophic... Ah, you poor, bumbling peasant. The guard replied, try running up and down the corridor. I always find the exercise helps. And with that, he closed the door. I could not help a shiver. I pressed my face to the window glass. Would Monsieur Fogg be claustrophic? I doubted it. He appeared not to be constrained by mere matters of place and circumstance. An alarm sounded as the fins above the amphitrite's wheels extended with a hydraulic hiss. Night fell and we plunged past the end of the track into the freezing waters of the English Channel. Daddy loves us. Amphitrite Underwater Express. Can we speak a little bit more? Zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah. We did it. The Amphitrite plowed through the water overnight and splashed up onto the wider gauge French tracks at Calais as dawn broke. Hello! Do you have a route in mind, monsieur? Began to consider what we might require for our journey. I asked as the water of the channel dried from the compartment windows. I am as yet undecided. You have become catbed. Good. I am as yet undecided, my master admitted. The new canal has sped up the shipping routes from Suez to Bombay, though perhaps we could take the Trans-Siberian Railway across Russia. Surely not Siberia. So I'm pretty sure half the chat will say like, yes, please. Because, you know, that only takes 2 weeks, technically. Go to Bombaria. Tell me where Bombaria is and I will take you. But Bombay is like not Russia. But sure. Between Bombay and Siberia. Okay, got it. We are traveling through the Gobi Desert. We are going to make it happen. Surely not Siberia, I exclaimed. It's so cold and grim, and I have a particular fear of bears. Yes! Perfect destination. This chat feels me, and I feel the chat will visit Broby Desert. Then we do well to buy furs, he replied, refraining from rolling his eyes. There are other alternatives. We may also travel overland and across the Black and Caspian Seas. But which is fastest? Go Broby. Guantanamo. I believe that is what we should put to the test. Parbleu, I scarcely knew what to think. We arrived at the Paris Gare du Nord just after 1 o'clock. No seas, only land. That's gonna be impossible, you know that, right? Maybe sky, no seas, only land and sky. I can probably pull that off. We arrived at Paris. No seas. Got it. Automaton porters lifted our luggage and then our persons onto the platform with long, delicately filigreed iron arms. Paris, city of my heart. I was home, but not to stay. Water is a cursed liquid in this game. Noted. We have just gone underwater, just so you know. So, the Suez Bombay thing is by water, just so you know. We have been cursed. There we go! Moscow! To Ekaterinburg, Omsk, Irkutsk. There we go. Some of our possessions could be sold here, like you. Okay, so this is over land, but I need to go in between. So if I could get off in Omsk and then make my way down to Kabul and then over, change course for Hong Kong. Then make my way along India and then the Himalayas into China. Hong Kong, yeah, very political. I know, right? Yokohama, Vladivostok. And there we are, Hong Kong. But then here, right? From Hong Kong or from Vladivostok, which I think is almost a dead end. I think there's like nothing there. I could either get to Pyongyang or maybe make my way down to somewhere here and then take a plane. Because I could also get to Brisbane and Auckland. Yeah, Vladivostok is pretty much the end of the world, to be honest. Yeah, look. There's nothing here anymore, right? Look at that. It's the end, right? I like how like here, like Vladivostok is like the only town or like city that's worth mentioning. Like anything up here is just, we don't care. We can go to the North Pole. I didn't even know. We can travel all over the North Pole. Isn't that like kind of cheating though? Also, accent on the last O, but in Omsk. Got it. There's no South Pole. It doesn't exist. We don't believe in the South Pole. Or did you mean on North Pole? North Pole. How do you even put like an accent on a single O? Huh? Assumption. South Pole is a myth made by the UN to keep us from reaching the other Earths. Ah, thank you. I am elucidated and educated. Okay, so we've spent enough bullshitting about this, right? I could probably make my way down to Odessa too. This is probably like I can take a train, but instead of hitting Istanbul, because this is the Orient Express, right? All the way into Istanbul from Paris. But I kind of want to get off at Bucharest, so I can then go to like Odessa and Tsaritsyn and then Astrakhan and then forward. This is some bullshit. But that's kind of like what I would want to do. I think if we're going to try and hit that Gobi Desert. Because this is only like, there are places you can discover by talking, right? So for example, if I would go into Paris, right? 12 players are there right now. Updated 2 days ago. Okay, cool. Oh, time's moving forward. Shit, I'm wasting time. Shit, I wasted more time by clicking. Now I need to hotel. God damn it. My planning ruined. You're really comfortable here, sir, but traveling overnight will often be more efficient. So we must board the longest journeys available where possible. We cannot travel where it is not possible, certainly, he replied. Still, the surrounds of the Hotel Ritz were most enjoyable. The clock is ticking. We must decide our next steps quickly. I could explore a little bit. Maybe I'll do that, since it's still early. We have discovered new routes. I can take the car to Amsterdam. There we go. We had a few hours to spare. I asked Monsieur Fogg if I might enjoy my city before we had to leave. Indeed, and should you learn anything of note, be sure to relay it. I nodded and headed into town. Go to Amsterdam. You're ruining my route. You're ruining my route from like the first go. Fine, we'll go to Amsterdam. The talk on the street was of one thing only, an enormous, elegant oval stadium constructed upon the green fields of Champ de Mars and containing the technological and marvelous art amusement parks and milling crowds of the World's Fair of 1872. Amsterdam. My city still wore the scars of last year's siege. I ventured inside, but I was certain Monsieur Fogg did not intend me to visit fairs. I ventured inside. I want to see all the robots. All the sexy robots. I ventured inside the grand illuminated pavilions of the exposition. An artificer was replacing an arc light. I went west towards it. We can buy an airship. Let's steal someone's airship. Airship. I went west towards the airship hangar, past a booth with a husband and wife pair selling panoramic hot air balloon rides to eager tourists. I inquired as to their hourly rates. The hangar was crowded with airships. How about more airships? More airships. I don't care about balloons. How about you balloon out of here? And the hangar was crowded with airships and flying vehicles of all shapes and sizes, attended by sharp-eyed crews from all over the world, and my eye was immediately caught by the African-made rigid metal balloon. He's blowing you off. Well, sucks to be him then. The gilded Egyptian Ifrit-class airship. The metal-clad 4 propellers Savarkar Atmotic. The bulky coal gas-powered Ottoman Gaic. The Gaic. The twin-bladed Peruvian gyrocopter. Man, all of these sound perfect. I wouldn't mind taking all of these. Literally all of these at the same time. Gyrate over the globe. That's it, we are gyrating. My eye was immediately caught by the twin-bladed Peruvian gyrocopter, which looked tiny and flimsy in comparison with the airship surrounding it. They say the Incas invented the first gyrocopter, boasted the dark-haired pilot, pushing up her goggles to give me a wink. As their heirs, we Peruvians have made some few improvements. I don't mind gyrating with this pilot. Wink, wink. Make some Peruvians make her improvements to her. No, I'm not gonna buy it. I am gonna gyrate all over it. It's a pan flute scam. God damn it! You don't see many pan in the air. As I remarked, are they unsafe? The lady shook her head. No, they're quite safe, but they are quite hard to build. Perhaps one day soon, Monsieur Fogg and I would find ourselves flying in such a craft. I returned to the exposition center, my thoughts turning with clouds and engine rotors. Avenues sprawled in every direction between the inviting illuminated pavilions of the exposition. This was a total letdown. Guess I'm gonna annoy this artificer. An artificer was replacing an arc light which had burned out. She first disconnected the strange machine powering the lights. It had a spinning iron wheel which was wound around a series of armature coils. I merely watched politely, not wanting to disturb her work, because she's really good with her hands, if you know what I mean. Artificers were a notoriously irritable breed. This is bleeding. Fall in waste! The artificial grumbled. Artificer, the artificial. Grumbled in a dig Yorkshire accent. These gam machines are finicky beasts. Gram machines? Because I misspoke. I've often found that to be the case. Yeah. Gram machines. Is that so? Oh yeah, and the bleeding Yablochov candles only last 2 hours. Not like I have anything better to do, eh? I retreated hastily, not at all in terror of her irate tone. It's gonna be one of those streams. The harshness of her tone was belied by her gentle touch. She's touching us. As she unscrewed, no, we don't want to unscrew, we want to screw. The Arclight's globe of enameled glass and replaced the 2 carbon rods within. She reconnected the supply, and the 10 Yablochov candles connected in series lit up once more. They are miraculous. Will all streets be lit with electricity soon? You need to unscrew before you can screw. Oh, are you wearing the latest fashion? You're miraculous. I breathe it. Their hard work is what they are. Miracles indeed. But her mouth softened into a small, proud smile. We're in there, boys! She looked at her pocket watch, and then at my pocket. Cursed and hurried off, dropping something as she went. I pocketed it. It's her number. It was a guild medallion, a token of membership or favor that might prove useful should we encounter other artificers along our path. I looked about me once more. Crowds of tourists jostled and heaved past, their eyes wide with wonder. Oh no, we have more options now. We can head to the Artificers Guild, give the medal back. Took a stroll down Avenue of Nations. Or just get the fuck out of there and head to Amsterdam, apparently. Since that's what we're doing. I'm trying hard to survive on the little bit of water I have, because I am damn thirsty. Nom 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 nom. Okay. I'm going to go down the avenues of nations. Too thirsty for this world. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, newly formed German Empire. Styles of nations of the world and manned by foreign delegates in national dress. A most eclectic sight. The Austro-Hungarian delegation was being harangued by an artificer. The Zulu Federation had built a... Do you want to go visit the Zulus? Or visit the Austro-Hungarians? Or maybe shoot someone? Maybe start some wars? Who knows? But then we have to, like, understand German-Hungarian. I am not ready for German-Hungarian. Or German-Garian, as it's called. I think I'll just go annoy the Zulus. Brought a delegation of 400 diplomats and warriors, which was concerning the French soldiers, made for a busy, impressive stand. Above the display was a fine ferrotype of their great emperor, Ketsuayo, in his palace in Ulundi. One of the young Impi warriors dropped his fierce look. A little wooden automaton shaped like a bird. Fierce look! And winked brightly at a passing child who erupted in shy giggles. One of his fellow soldiers caught me looking. You have made a powerful friend, I remarked to the child, who seemed startled to receive this news, and Rafa and the crow. The hour was growing late. I returned to Monsieur Fogg, who was eating a meal of plain boiled beef à l'anglaise. Did you enjoy the exposition? My master inquired diffidently, as though I had been out visiting an aged great aunt, having preferred a hearty meal and an English newspaper. And I nodded. We are unspeakably lucky to live in such an age of invention. It will certainly make it easier to win my wager. We are zestful. We got grated. Monsieur Fogg replied mildly. I dreamed at night of mechanical wonders and automatons with beautifully enameled faces, knowing little of the strange inventions and stranger people I would soon encounter in my journey around the world. Yeah, we got that zest. We are departing to Amsterdam, because that's what you want us to do. Amsterdam. Go! Amsterdam me. Embark! Oh no, we have 2 suitcases. Why are we in Amsterdam? We aren't in Amsterdam. We are departing for Amsterdam. We have 2 suitcases. And we can only take 1. See? Because now we have a medallion. Let's go somewhere else. Hi, Jared DM3. We take both. Oh, I could pay more. I could pay more to just go to Amsterdam. And then we can visit Stockholm and stuff like that. Okay, sure. We're continuing with the plan. We're going to Bucharest. We're arriving tomorrow, but like the Orient Express departs tomorrow. I rather think this departure could be altered. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm thinking if I could do anything else. Negotiate. Swing that big PP. Is to make it leave early. I want to leave earlier. Of course I want to leave earlier. Up we go. Negotiate, please. The English wardrobe. Englishman's wardrobe. Should yield results. I can speak real good. The Orient Express. Of course it's so much more expensive because it's so much farther. No charge at 6 p.m. The tickets will require a further 250. Thank you. There we go. Party time. Embarco. Oh no. Oh no. We can also take one. Well, there you go. I guess that's what we're doing. Just because I want that medallion. Or I can get rid of the altimeter. Hire the room. Go. There we go. Party time. Look at us speeding through the day. Boarding the Orient Express was an altogether calmer affair than our race through London had been. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Mechanical porters loaded us in through the windows, then snapped them shut with a delicate click. The train was very beautiful. It was extremely fast. The train would be a first leg of a much longer journey. We have to be unflappable, right? And could sweep us across the whole of Europe, or at least as far as the Deutsches Kaiserreich, where the track currently ceased. Oh no! That means if you wanna, we're gonna have to switch trains to head to Bucharest, I guess. As a long whistle blew, at last, words. A last long whistle blew, and we began our journey east. I can talk. Have a talkies. Greetings. Yes, Vienna. What about Vienna? Is it beyond your remit? Oh no. Vienna Dubrovnik is maybe not a good idea. Vienna Prague, but I don't want to head up. Oh, Vienna Budapest I want to know about. No idea, but now I heard the Artificers Guild is making an example of Budapest. But answer me this. The Orient. Yes, indeed, very much. A fine train. I am proud to serve aboard her, let me tell you. Tell me more about goddamn Budapest. The rumor is merchants in Moscow. I didn't. Fantastic amount for absent from Budapest. Good to know. Good to know. Budapest, Bucharest. Is this a thing? Have you heard that the quickest way from Bucharest from here is through Belgrade? Smuggling booze? We're smuggling that booze. I'm gonna ask about Budapest some more then. How about that then? Hey, listen to me. There's neither bank nor market in Belgrade. Okay. That's it. We have learned everything we can learn. And we have arrived in Munich. My master wished to be undisturbed, so as we left Paris, I barred our compartment door. I left him and went to explore the get Russians on Budapest liquor. That's what they're doing. That's the plan now. Screw this 80-day thing. We're gonna smuggle booze. But I'm going to try and get all of that tasty fog love, right? There, we are dependable and we have improved our relationships. There we go. Vroom, 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 vroom. In Vienna, I'm gonna have to decide how to, or find out how we get to other places. Artificing tools. We arrived at Vienna in the early hours of the morning. Customs officials insisted on searching our bags for, of all things, artificing tools. God damn it, we're wrecked because we got that medallion. That medallion is gonna get us so in trouble now. I queried the official. Foreigners are forbidden from making automata within the borders of Austro-Hungarian Empire. He repeated with a bored expression. A strange state of affairs, but I was hardly an artificer. Even if I had a stolen guild medallion in my pocket, and so it mattered little. The sun rose in the sky as we left the station, illuminating the wide, tree-lined avenues of Vienna in pale, welcoming light. Cool! We did it! And 3 other people are on this train. So now we have to explore. Because I need to find out, I need to be fast. Oh no, it's a morning. It's only morning. Oh. Oh. New routes. But we need to get to Belgrade. I did not see a single flesh and blood soldier in Vienna, the city of music. My dear friends, the rumors are quite real. The Austro-Hungarian Empire has built upon its armies of mechanical men. They are a magnificent sight. Their pewter faces are homogeneously handsome. Oh! Are we going to start implying things about our friend here? Homogeneously, by the way. I mispronounced that horribly. Though some have fine horsehair moustaches attached to their upper lips and subtle variations in the flecks of their eyes. Homogeneously. That's a word. As I watched, I was approached by a bookish fellow who hurried out from under the impressive eagle-arched portcullis of the Zug House, the Imperial Armory. You think them fantastical, he demanded, a curious turn into his voice. I have seen automata before, and I have played automata before. Terrifying, I replied. Automata built for war? It is worse than you could imagine, he replied. He stuck out his hand. Herr Danzer, apprentice engineer in the Imperial Kriegsorchester. That's a weird name. I plied him with wine to loosen his tongue, and once he started talking, he would not stop. Have you noticed none of the mechanical soldiers carry weapons? He hissed. What did you make of that? They are strong, I suppose. It is most unusual. Yes, most unusual indeed. Come on, explain. I agreed. Inside each one is a Mozart Haydn device, perfectly tuned, Herr Danzer replied. The song the soldiers sing is one of devastation. A battalion in harmony can punch through a steel wall. He drew a gilded flute from his scabbard and laid it on the table, looking at it thoughtfully. That flute is how you control them? The automata understand the music? You are a magician yourself? Somehow this feels like the most convoluted way of, like, controlling an army. But that might just be me. I don't know. Do people, like, not agree that it's, like, kind of weird? You have to dance in front of your army as you start controlling it. As they, like, you know, blast out crazy timbres. Bonk. The flute is how you control them, I hazarded. He hesitated, but I slid my glass of wine across the table, and his eyes glazed as he drank it in one swallow. Yes, we, the Musikersoldaten. Yes, this army is ruthless and strong, but to kill someone, you need to first perform Caprice from Paganini, with no mistakes, or God help you. I am the finest flautist in the Vienna Kriegorchester. He began, to my horror, to weep. I stole the flute! I patted his hand. We're gonna get that flute, all right. We are aiming for that flute. There we go. I patted his hand to comfort him. And he gazed at me inconsolably. As a boy, I dreamed of joining the Artificer Guild. He confessed, voice blurry with drink. But for someone born in this country, it is impossible. The Kaiser and the Guild are sworn enemies. I offered him my Guild medallion. The Guild, I remind him, were politically neutral. I pitied his circumstance. His self-pity disgusted me. Are we going to help this boy out? Are we going to make his dreams come true? Can we exchange the flute for the medallion? Who knows? What can we do? What will we do? I personally want to give him the medallion. Because that's I think a nice thing to do. But then do it. That's what we're doing. Fine. I'm taking control of this. Do it. My God. Herr Danzer covered the symbol quickly. My God. He dashed away, leaving behind his precious flute. I took it. Telling myself that I was concerned of how dangerous it could be in the wrong hands. Though perhaps I was a little curious myself. I strolled back along the avenues, examining my stolen flute in the waning light. Under its gilded and manicured beauty lurked something sharper and more bloodthirsty. It was as contradictory as Vienna itself, at once the city of music and the city of war. There we go, we're more zestful. Can I have an overview of myself? The Zauberflot should fetch a good price in Alexandria should you decide to sell it. No, keep in this thing. Shut up. We are super zesty. Oh yeah, we are. I need to check the world. So we can head to Budapest. Since we want to head to Bucharest and then up to Moscow, which is going to be hard. It's just gonna be hard, but we're gonna try, right? Oh, it's by car. You do it by car. Oh no. So if I depart before 7 p.m., so I still have some time. The market opens at 10 a.m., so it's open. Pressure gauge, monkey wrench, wind scarf. Worth 2,900 in Antalya, but I don't think we're gonna end up there. But we're not gonna get any of the full sets of these, right? Is this the price? Only £4? Only 4? And I have an entire suitcase to fill with stuff, right? Because if it's only 4, buying for 3. Buy for 3? I'll buy for 3. That's super cheap. Same like this. There, we are now engineers. We have done it. Do we buy a music box for Lisa? Otherwise, I can wear part of a Dusty Road set. And I'm still missing something for the Air Traveler set too. I can sell this because we're not taking a thing since it has been 810 Alexandria because we have decided to not take water routes apparently. So it's getting late. Are completed with the times with mechanically unstable journeys. Okay, so we leave. We embark. Go. Open road. Bap, bap. Beep, boop, beep. We hired an oil-guzzling Bozek to take us along the open road from Vienna to Budapest. The road followed the rail tracks for much of the way, but we saw no trains as we chuffed along. Beep, boop. Hi, Budapest. What about Budapest? Great unrest. Oh no. Oh no, but we want to get to Belgrade. Right? So, because that's where we get the booze? Or was it Bucharest? Surely not. Okay, well, what? Jesus. Budapest, Bucharest. Talk a lot. Oh, Jesus. Yes. We arrived in the evening without incident. Cool. Nothing happened. And we're still only on day 4. Yes, sleepy time. A dusty-jacketed Englishman at our hotel recommended a restaurant called Clemens to Monsieur Fogg. The Magyars make an excellent broth, he promised. Ominous words indeed. I had never really been one for advice from a dusty-jacketed fellows. Broth. Oh, both of these are so deliciously high class. Ah. Let's do the broth one just because I can imagine his face. Like, never really been one for broth. A broth is, in my humble opinion, merely an incomplete consommé. At best, an inferior bouillon. Monsieur Fogg was set on the matter, however. I concealed my trepidation. I could not argue. I was forced to cause a minor accident with his dress. That's something. That's something. I concealed my trepidation. With professionalism. We settled to dinner at Clemens, where our soup arrived in a gleaming silver tureen. My master, a man of impeccably high standards, even remarked upon the tureens' flawless polish. At which point it exploded. Conceal, don't feel dong, let them know. What? Don't feel don't let them know. I like the dong more. Conceal, don't feel dong. Splattering myself, Monsieur Fogg and an extremely bewildered waiter in admittedly delicious salmon broth. A fellow diner had been struck by the edge of the tureen lid and was bleeding from the temple. I rushed to his aid. I tried to salvage my shirt. I attended my master. Are we helpful, boys, or are we attending the master? By licking the broth of his face in a homogeneous way. I would attend the master. Like that face. Who looked remarkably unperturbed by the entire affair. Perhaps in England exploding entrees were commonplace. The head chef had, by this time, emerged from the kitchen. He pointed towards the wall and began a voluble rant which needed little translation. The broth had splattered the ivory wall in the intricately curved shape of a lily, unmistakably the symbol of the Artificers Guild. I examined the ruined tureen. I beckoned over a waiter. I shivered in my... We are the Karen! Who attempted an apology in a mix of halting English and German. Never mind that, I cried. The lily! I exclaimed. Indeed, he said miserably. The guild has gone too far this time. I looked around at the chaos caused by a single bowl of exploding soup. What did you do to the guild? We must speak to a manager. But the guild is a collection of repairmen and designers. I've never seen such a mess. Our waiter sighed. We will, of course, offer you reimbursement for your interrupted meal. Hardly made a difference, but I accepted nonetheless. My stomach made unseemly grumbles as we walked back along the elegantly lit and newly macadammed Andrassy Avenue. It would be unseemly to gloat, but I cannot resist. I stayed silentes. Hoping my master did not need my reminder to learn his lesson. Nothing good could come from a broth. Daddy Fogg loves us more, and we are courageous somehow. I don't even know how that works, but there we are. You're quite the flamboyant type. Yeah, I sure am. More explore. New routes. We can go to Belgrade and from there to Thessaloniki and Athens, but I don't really want to. It took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. Oh, that's all we had? Plan. So, burp. I guess I'll head to Belgrade and then try to get to Bucharest from there. There is neither bank nor market. Yes, there is a market though. What can we buy here? Delicious vodka! Heavy storm set. Absinthe! No, this is what we need! We can head to Moscow now. There we go. There we go. Frequent flyer. They needed absinthe. Yes, 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 yes. So up to Moscow we go. Vodka for the border guard. Sure. We have 2 full things now. Oh no, we're missing a thing. Oh no! We're missing a part of our wardrobe. Oh no! Wreck. All wreck. Oh, I can sell this here for 110. That's nice. 130. Nothing. Okay, so I can't... This doesn't fit anywhere because all of these take 2 slots, right? So I am going to head out and see. So from Warsaw, I can probably get to Moscow, right? So if I head back to Vienna. Go back. I said go here. Yes. No. Drive me there. Oh, I can't go back? But I have to go from Odessa to Moscow? That doesn't work. I really can't go back. I guess. There are great rumors of great unrest in Bucharest and Budapest, which is where we are. I guess we go through Odessa. Okay. I guess that's what we do. I'll make my way down to Belgrade. Oh, there's not even a thing. I need to plan. How do I... Wait, what? Huh? Is it because it's like too late? I'm missing something. Okay. So here. Planning opens at 10 a.m. It's already late, so I'm gonna have to spend the night. How about I just spend the night? We can waste time. More time in Budapest. More resties. With what remained of the day, I attended to Monsieur Fogg. Providing him with clipped moustaches. With a dear wish he would have a comfortable night. We have strengthened slightly. Okay, depart me. I can't stop in Belgrade? I really have to go all the way down to Athens? I guess? Yeah, I guess. Well, I'll go to Thessaloniki. Departing in like now! I'm gonna hope. Maybe it'll like break and we need to like take a detour. Today we turn south. The Orient Express Company ran a spur line from Budapest that swept down the length of Europe to Athens. It originally stopped midway at Belgrade, but since that city is almost total destruction, we had no reason to stop in Middle Europe anyway. I mean, am I right? Am I right? We'd even want to go to Middle Europe. As men of class. So Belgrade is just a wreck. No wonder we can't stop there. There goes my plan. And in the last confrontation between the Austro-Hungarians and the Ottomans, the train now went straight through. It was a wonder there were not more bombs. Such destruction. It had, it was to be hoped, taught the powers that be a lesson about tolerance. No, it doesn't. Hopefully today we find something edible. Okay. Okay, talk to me. Thessaloniki. Have you heard that Bucharest can be reached from Thessaloniki in the Pantheon? Ah! But the journey is a tiring one. Yes. Yes. Tell me about Bucharest. Apparently, merchant in Astrakhan will pay a huge amount for candles scented of rose from Bucharest. Okay. So can I then head up to Dubrovnik? I must go, it is late. Ah, this is how we up. This is how we up, because this is optimal. Optimal. Despite knowing to expect it, I couldn't help but gasp as we swept through the empty husk of Belgrade. Seemed home only to ghosts. Trees and bushes grew from the tall buildings. It was like a perfectly preserved museum exhibit. How about it was this? To all appearances, one might believe there had never been people here at all. But why would you go to Dubrovnik? Because I want to go up. I need to go up. I don't care. I don't care specifically where up. Just more up. Like, if I need to go to Dubrovnik to go up, I'll go up. I mean, who wants to go down? Quite. What had happened, no one truly knew. The roads, houses, viaducts were all still standing. The gas lamp still burned, but not a single voice cried out, another door or shutter moved. What's going backwards? How about you go backwards? I asked Monsieur Fogg about his thoughts. And he sighed, I fear that our age is seeing a great experimentation in warfare, much as in every other walk of life. I fear so. Indeed. At least the trains move faster. His answer seemed to me as bleak as Belgrade itself, but as the Orient Express left it behind, carried us towards a long evening of gentle wines and candlelights, which went some way toward lightening the soul. Everybody's backwards. 10 a.m. I can talk more. Why, my dear Passepartout? Health time. Journey time. No, it's spicy. Day 6, I believe. Early days. Health. I am in roaring health. But we must take haste. Make haste. Make. Yeah, I'm gonna then head up to Bucharest. And then arrive in Wednesday. We disembark without delay. It is strong. Where can I see my stats? There seem to be no departures today. But where can I see my stats? I want my stats. How does he love us? Okay, I'll explore. We found new routes. This is just a train route, right? People of the city are crazy. They go out in evenings to tear down the remains of their city walls. I've never seen such a thing. There are unpaid laborers for this. They are unpaid laborers for their state. Granted, it's not as though the walls keep anything out. They encircle barely half the city and are easily scalable due to the quantity of rubble piled up beside that. I stopped a young woman and asked what they were doing. But she only laughed in my face. You may not know our city now, she replied. Not in the least bit answering my question. But soon we will encompass the entirety of northern Greece. A mighty prize. I agreed in earnest, and she nodded wildly before raising the sledgehammer she had brought along for the occasion. She set out the ancient walls once more, and I stayed nearby and helped out. But though I got into the spirit of the action, I must be honest, did not enjoy it. I am a gentleman's gentleman, and my handiwork is delicate. So, that was weird. Market time. What can we buy here? Traveling cloak, which is huge. Gentleman traveler. Oh, we got a hammer. Okay, I have 3 now. That's maybe a bit too many. 20, 21, 100. 18, 91, 66. Canadian train timetable. Leather gloves and a gentleman traveler. We're not a gentleman traveler, right? But we do have more cigars. We can get some cigars. And I can sell this jacket, I guess. And I can get rid of my pants too. Put my hammer here. I guess in case we ever go to Canada? I guess. Gas Town. Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg. It's so cold in Winnipeg, Ottawa, New York. It's like usually where it snows the first. Okay, Thessaloniki. What else do you have to offer? There's nothing that leaves today. Go to the Canucks. Yeah. So I have a route here to there, right? Plan. So that's Wednesday. The Phaeton. Okay, so this is what we take tomorrow at 2 p.m. And we can probably sell some stuff and buy candles to go to Astrakhan, which is more like this way. Here. But if we're on Moscow, we're probably just gonna take the Trans-Siberian Railroad all the way to probably Irkutsk. And then see if we can't make our way down to Beijing. Otherwise, we're going to have to go way farther. And end up in Pyongyang if we can. Anyway, it's probably sleepy time now. It's probably sleepy time now. Sleepy time. Hi. As night fell, I buffed and shone my master's pocket watch. I ran a few errands for the hotelier. I went to stretch my legs. We need to get that fog glove, right? Let's buff his watch to make sure everything was ship-shape for upcoming departure. Oh, that gave me nothing! Oh, I'm annoyed. So this arrives tomorrow when we embark at 2 p.m., right? 3 suitcases. Oh, ooh. But it seems a bothersome route, but that's what we're doing. We're taking the metal horse. From Thessaloniki, we hired a Phaeton to take us through the mountains. Florin, the driver announced abruptly, sticking out his hand. I smiled thinly. Not wanting to shake his oil-stained hand. Get in, he said, jerking his thumb at this carriage. We did so, and he began the process of igniting the boiler inside the horse. Is there any way to go faster? I asked. You can't flog a mechanical horse, he answered solemnly, as though giving me a piece of hard-earned wisdom. A fair point, I agreed. Then he released the handbrake, and we began to crawl away up the road. Oh! Oh no! Okay, let us converse. Talk to this guy. Hi, Florin. Just Florin. Florin! Did you know Bucharest is linked to Odessa aboard a freight train? I did not. But I want to go from Bucharest, maybe up, if that's possible. Seems unlikely to me. Yeah, me too. Mount Elbrus? What's there? Goodness, what was that a time? So I can get to Odessa, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I need to end up in Moscow. Rode the first day in relative silence, watching the forest passes by on either side. Are these roads not prone to banditry? Way to like, this is the best way to jinx yourself, right? So we're not gonna do that, right? I peered into the depths. Glad of the decent road. There must have been a time where travelers would have had to cut between the trees themselves. Evening approached. We can drive on through the night, or make camp and continue. Drive all night. Very well, the driver agreed. He tried to sleep as the car rumbled and rocked its way forward through the dark, gaining us a few hours. It was not a comfortable ride for any of us, I think. One is to rest, the other is to pest. We swerve. Yes, so we pest. Is Bucharest the same as Budapest? Well, we didn't do the rest, so we're doing the pest. Right? I can fog him. I fogged him. I fogged him good. So you're going to Russia? Our driver asked when I woke up to find ourselves still moving along. And then on to Afghanistan. And then on to Afghanistan. It's your funeral, he replied cheerfully. A few hours later, thank you. A few hours later, we crested the last rise and the sprawling city of Bucharest lay before us. We had crossed the breadth of Europe, but there was a whole world left to travel. Oh, you did a bit thing and it didn't do a thing? Wait. Let's see. Am I missing something? Does this... No, this should be working. It should be working. Why ain't it working? Why you not working? Do I still have to log in here? Nah, right? I wanted to spook you. Oh, that's mean. That's mean. But I'm pretty sure it should just work. So I don't know why it's not just working. Properties. Yeah, so this should just work, right? Refresh cache. Okie dokie. Let's try this out again. No? Do you really have to... Do you really have to be logged in for this? Ah, that sucks. Or was it... no, I deleted that. Can't be that. Yeah, so just something happened and I don't know what. Well, it sucks. Well, that sucks. Because I don't mind you spooping me. F for the bits, yeah. I don't know what happened. I'll look at it after the stream. Since it probably requires like a bunch of like logging in and using typing and tokens and whatever the fuck. You know, security stuff. Oh no, time's moving forward! Oh, tell me! Oh, well, it's okay. You can spook me by just saying spoopy things. Monsieur Fogg informed me that Bucharest was known rather wildly as Little Paris. He was most certainly trying to vex me with his comparison, make me feel at home. Oh, let's say he's a nice boy. Let's say our Foggo boy is a nice boy, huh? Because he likes us so much. Though my Frenchman's pride bristled a little at the comparison, I took an evening stroll from the hotel through the main boulevard of Bucharest. Pudul Mogo... What the fuck is it? Mogo... Okay. Did they like forget like some encoding? It was paved in small cobblestones, rather than macadam or asphalt, but was lined with gas lamps in the latest German style. Gentlemen and ladies paraded their stylish sprung carriages up and down the avenue. It was undeniably charming. But no, Champs-Élysées. No matter what, Monsieur Fogg might think. At the furthest point of my walk, I passed a lamp, cunningly fashioned in the shape of a lily. It was the output of the Artificers Guild here in Bucharest. I tried the door. Because I don't have the thing. I have well alone. Artificers are a tricky breed, especially here sandwiched between the Austro-Hungarians and the Ottomans. Off to bed, sleepy boy. Good night. Explore time. Because I need to explore because I don't want to go to Odessa. Gonna take a shower. Oh no! Enjoy the shower. I took a tram to the city center, which was modern in every sense of the word. Electric lights illuminated all but a handful of shop fronts and the boyar residence. Bozek cars spluttered oil fumes into the air, and vendors hawked all manner of little automata on the street. I steered well clear of the lamp. They really want me to do the lamp thing. Still wary after the attack on our soup in Budapest. Artifice. Furthermore, I had noticed a few figures shaped rather like policemen hovering outside the guild door. I walked back to Monsieur Fogg. No? Do I need to wait more? No, I don't want to go there. I need to go here. Oh, I have to... Do I have to go from Odessa then to Moscow? Guess so. Cold weather. Oh, no. I guess I'll go to Odessa. Bucharest was on the main line of the Orient Express, but its stations saw numerous other services going out. So many so that I could not work out which one went to Odessa, but with little standing around and tipping my hat. I chose at random. I should have done that. I made the acquaintance of the station master, an old goat, whose accent was almost incomprehensibly thick. He was partial to a tipple. There should be a train from Odessa to Moscow. At least there is one in real life. Yeah, but this is also at a time where the Orient Express, 1, isn't done yet, and 2, passes through the wreck of Belgrade. So tell me, partial to a tipple, so I poured out a little vodka and compared notes about the complexities of running a freight interchange versus shaving and preparing shirts for a particular gentleman. Would you imagine we found so much in common? So tell me, I hazarded, which of these trains is bound for Odessa? He pointed to one with an anchor painted on its side. Though that's an easy one. The train to Minsk, that's harder to spot. And he pointed another one. Minsk? I want to go to Minsk. We boarded the one painted with a steel fish. Yeah, let's go to Minsk. Right? Minsk is better than Moscow. Yeah, Minsk. Minsk time. We were bound for Minsk. I explained the change of destination to my master. But he seemed untroubled. Monsieur Fogg merely opened his pocketbook, drew a single stroke across his last line, and began a new page. Okay, I can fog us or I can converse, which I want to do. I want to converse. Greetings, monsieur. Call me Monsieur Drags. You must speak to me. Minsk! What can you tell me about Minsk? Hardly seems important. Minsk, Moscow, is that a thing? Absolutely, one can travel aboard the Belarus Express from Minsk to Moscow. But the fare is extortionate. Oh no! Okay, and then from Moscow, we know how to get to Omsk and Irkutsk. And Ekaterinburg. And all of these. We know all of these. These are all routes we know. Maybe not Ussurisk. Ussurisk. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ussurisk. Yeah. So this is... Okay, so this is all the same route, right? This is all the same route. It's on the line. So I just can ask about Moscow. For instance, some buyers will pay well for hammers, which we have. Hammers and booze. Hammers and booze. Hammers and booze. Goodbye. Yeah, but I don't need to know this route. Oh, I could converse some more. Oh no, our dude is dying! We woke to find he still had not yet arrived. Low hills rolled past, and the trees outside the window changed to thick pine forest, clambering up and down over rocky slopes, which the train itself blasted straight through. We passed the border post marking the edge of Russian land, but still we rolled on. Wow, he's almost dead! I guess freight trains are the worst. Oh, somewhat dreadful, you sure do. This opens later. So we need to hotel. So you can rest a little bit. Oh no, he's only at 34. A very cold newspaperman offered me a sip of Turkish coffee at a tram stop in Minsk. My grandfather was French, he said blandly. Then we are compatriots? Was he also a journalist? I toasted him with my ceramic tumbler. I do not think so. He spat onto the ground vehemently. I did not know him. He was one of Napoleon's soldiers. Minsk was occupied by the Grande Armée. The Grande Armée during the invasion. He did not speak in a particular accusative tone, but any words I tried to say in reply coagulated at the back of my throat. Ah! I managed to choke out an unfortunate business. And yet, he sighed. I am here, so there's that. He gestured with his cup. You are traveling? We will from here head to Moscow, I think. He nodded, look out for the police. They are giving themselves more powers every day. Our tram wheezed into the stop, and the conductor opened the doors. The newspaperman boarded. Enjoy your coffee, he added, without looking minus. I bored with him. And he cracked a real smile. If I were traveling, I know where I would choose to go. Oh, go ahead. Tehran, he replied to my surprise. A beautiful place, I am sure. He laughed bitterly and tapped a newspaper on his arm. When I was younger, sorry if I'm like totally wrecking the pace of how this is written. It's cool. What, Tehran or just have fun with it. Yeah, I'm totally wrecking the pace of how this is written and the flow you should keep. So there we go. When I was younger, I knew a woman called Lina Palkala. Palkala, a Finnish girl. Lina Palkala. She became a dancer. Now she passes herself off as Slavic and has just been signed up to dance exclusively in Tehran. I am sure I will never see her again, but if I could, I would try. Then go. I can advise you on routes. I would never find her. Lina Palkala is gone. Her name is now Marina Poltavka. Okay, noted. That money has to spend. Well, fuck you. Complain, boys. Okay, explore. Okay, so I can go up to St. Petersburg or back to Odessa. So there is a route I could have done from Odessa to here. And I would not have wrecked my master so hard. I spent a few hours in exploration, learning ways in which we might travel onwards. Cool. Market. Minsk. 21. 118 to 1293. We can have this back. And 5. Safety harness, shaving kit. Oh, this is too big, right? Railway cap. I'm not a railway man. Luxurious, posh, and prim types. That's us. We must take care of our master. We shall be valets. We shall be valets. So there's that. If I depart, when do I arrive? Tomorrow. Whoa, that's expensive. Okay, there we go. Zoomy time, minus 16. I'm gonna have to groom my master hard. We're taking the Belarus Express! The train pulled out from Minsk station well after nightfall. Monsieur Fogg had taken to tapping his watch every time he began a new journey, as though he was recording the time of departure through some fantastical spring-operated signal. Well, they did say the price was extortionate. Yeah, they sure did. Perhaps he was sending a message to whoever it was back in London, persuaded him on a curious journey of ours. I need to take care of the master. I must press the fog. There was little time to do anything before total darkness enveloped the train. Fog! I cannot wish for a superior valet. Fog! There, we have double fogged. Morning came and we're still crossing the Russian countryside, a train moving on its own, on its slow and steady way. I spent the time waiting on my master's needs. Nice! He's almost back to half. And bringing him tea, and the color returned to his cheeks under my care. I bet it did. Finally, we pulled into the stone edifice that was Moscow Station and disembarked. This better be worth the trip. Several of our possessions will fetch a few pounds here, which we are going to immediately do. 220? 5,000? Yes, you can have this. 45, 110, 19. 220, yeah, go away. Part of the rest and recuperation. God damn it. Left of the law. Rest and recuperation. Yes, and yes, and yes, and a hat. You can't go without a top hat. Vodka here, I will keep. I'll move. So then I have all this. Okay, these pants I can't do anything with. They're free. I get free pants. Why would I not take free pants? Our completed physical restorative set should protect against strenuous conditions. Sleepy time. Yeah, free pants. We made more than we left. Man, I should smuggle more vodka. Absinthe. Moscow was not a comfortable city for a Frenchman. A local composer had just written a piece people were calling the 1812 Overture, commemorating the Russian victory over Napoleon's invading Grande Armée in that fateful year. Patriotic passions were at a fever pitch. So I stayed very sensibly indoors. Yeah, why would I wanna... I don't wanna... Well, I do have vodka on me. Are we gonna hang out with the Muscovites? I have to answer something real fast, so yeah, I guess I'll spend time then if you say so. But I did not let that stop me from exploring the city, though I resolved to affect an English accent. So sorry for the silence. Because you know I am a man. I can only do one thing at the time. So there you go. But this air blowy sound must help so much. So much. Okay. This should be fine. Okay, done. I think it should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, party time. Ba 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 ba. I am not ashamed to admit that I have been practicing that very skill for some time, though it must be said not in the vicinity of my master. I'll just walk around. Keeping out of sight of the patrols of uniformed policemen and Cossack troops mounted on black mechanical steeds. I ventured away from the wide boulevards and the eclectic architecture of Tverskaya Street towards the outdoor markets. Let's get robbed of Staraya Square. They were full of apple-cheeked young boys. Ah, this is exactly what he pays attention to. And wrapped-up peasant women. I found myself drawn to one particular stall. We can get some ceramics or just maybe hidden treasures. This is always like a tricky thing. Because you never know. Because like maybe they're hiding the best part against like behind the most boring sounding one. But I'ma try it. Which seemed plain on the surface, but had a variety of special merchandise for a discerning customer. Include a magnificent bottle of Chateau d'Yquem for... I purchased it for £50. Yes, expensive, but sure to be worth the price for such a rich Bordeaux. As the bells of the nearby church chimed the hour, I returned to our hotel, content with my brief view of the Tsar's capital city. That's fine, we made a lot of monies. Show me my briefcase. 2,300 in Berlin. But I can't because I have pants now. I have three luggagers. I don't know if I can take the Trans-Siberian with 3 pieces of luggage. I'll check. Because I would want to... Hid... Can I stop in... Yes. 2. Only 2. So I'm gonna have to sell the pants again. Because I bought the pants for no reason, I have to sell the pants. Shit, I pressed explore. I don't need to know about St. Petersburg. Oh, we can go to Astrakhan. Oh, this is new. I walked the streets a while, discovering the possibilities of how we might make progress. You can magic another case, can't you, Passepartout? Plan. Yeah. So here, I arrive Friday. It appears we can't go this way. What? I have to spend the night. Yeah, that's fine. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. and we can take 3. Here we take 2. It's in 4 days. But if I go to Astrakhan, where can I go from here then? I can take a boat probably? Oh yeah, and then I can... Yeah, this is it. This is how we go. We depart tomorrow. Or I could go to St. Petersburg. Okay, cool. Bank. I don't need funds. I don't need to go to a bank. I will hotel, then sell something, and then leave to Astrakhan. Oh no, we can take 3 luggages. It's fine. We pass and sleep and do. This guy can rest a little bit more. I afforded my masters every service. There we go, the resty boys. For retiring, I afforded my master every service, providing him with a haircut with the intention he would have a restorative night. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Yo, opens at 10 a.m. There we go. Open. Why are you not open? Market opens at 10 a.m. Market opens at 10 a.m. The Tsar's finger. That sounds gross. No, I want to go here. Did I miss it? I missed it. I missed the... Did I miss it because I pressed forward? Seriously? Fine. More sleepies. We took a room and settled in, and I attended to this guy some more. I guess we're doing... Yeah, 8 a.m. God damn it. More exhausting than I thought. Yeah, that's what traveling is all about. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Nope, still super expensive. Well, I guess I'm wasting another day. Why does this market not open? Seriously, why does it not open? How stupid is that? The last light of the evening. I guess now it's fine. I can get a little bit of money. No, I will explore. I have my pocket picked to the tune of 22 pounds. Pounds. Okay, that's cool. Thanks. I will arrive tomorrow. I don't need to stop in there. Oh, Jesus. But we are gonna cut better out of this. Nice, nice, nice. I took a freight train towards Tsaritsyn. Though the line was nominally a spur of the majestic Trans-Siberian, the track was of much older construction and hardly luxurious, let us say. It was quite an imposition for Monsieur Fogg, a fact which I attempted to temper with solicitousness. Solicitousness and care on our journey, though there was little that could be done to shield Monsieur Fogg from the rickety swaying carriage and whistling dog. Just hold him in your arms. Converse. Rivanov! You are most strange luggage. Astrakhan, tell me about it. The mud, they say, has healing properties. That's good to know. Would this be a thing? No such Rusha reader. Kabul. Yes. No idea, but I know you can obtain hand-woven rugs in Kabul. That's Chittagong. Where the hell is a Chittagong? There we go. We arrive at there. And a Chittagong. Monsieur Fogg was feeling almost sorry for himself. I could take Monsieur Fogg's, no. Or perhaps slightly motion sick from his insistent study of the newspaper. No, he deserves it. Time to keep going. We're not stopping here. Converse! Passepartout, you have my undivided. Shaving kit. Maybe he knows something about Astrakhan. For instance, you can get to Ekaterinburg from Astrakhan aboard a freight train. Ah! That's good to know. Shaving kit. Shave away and make it close. What do you know about Krasnovodsk? Okay, there's nothing in Krasnovodsk. New route. All the way up. But I don't want that. I don't want that. From Tsaritsyn to Astrakhan, on the border of the Caspian Sea, was a short distance, but the train managed to make a great deal of work out of it, huffing its way along the banks of the Volga. I found a train guard ask about our destination. I asked the bartender about journeys from Astrakhan. I want to know more routes. The hydrofall to Tehran is good fun. Krasnovodsk. 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 Guantanamo. Though it's a crossing that's so rough, you'd better be prepared. I am prepared because I have shaving cream. We arrived in the mid-afternoon and went to explore this new town. We could end up in, go to Tehran. We could do that. We could do that. But I will explore. The shaving kit would sell efficiently here. Krasnovodsk. Krasnovodsk. Krasnonodsk. 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 The city of Astrakhan sits on the tiptoe of the Russian bear. There we go. Of the Russian bear. Where the Volga River empties into the Caspian Sea. Are you a parrot, maybe? Am I? I found the people to be most friendly. And I asked their advice on how to continue on from the city. A passing nervous British seamstress suggested the boat to Tehran and went on to remark that the devout sisters of Didacus are best avoided in Madras. What should I do with my time in Astrakhan? I asked. The answer was immediate. You must bathe in river mud. My new friend showed me to a small hut by the river where vats of fresh mud were available for soaking in. I could not resist the opportunity to lower myself into a vat of mud. I undressed behind the wicker screen and clambered in. The effect, dear friends, was most refreshing. Up the butt. Mud butt. I relished my solitary respite. I decided to try persuading my master to indulge. This is going to end badly, but master, join me in the mud! And threw my clothes back in mud-splattered haste. Mud? I don't think that will be necessary, thank you, Passepartout, he declared firmly. Alas, there's no moving him. No! Join me in the mud. Join me in the mud. There we go. That's the thing. Market. The shaving kit would sell well here for 130. I don't quite care though. I could have more boots. Southern Hemisphere. Yes. Yes, I would want that. And I could finish up the jacket thing. I could do that. I could sell the vodka. And this flute. Which I'm never gonna pass Alexandria. So I'll buy this. I will buy that. Gentleman Traveler. Wait, is this a... No, cold climate. Frequent flyer. So I could get this. Right? And then sell that. And I probably will never make it to Berlin, but I can try. Fog lovers, damn it. Exactly. Rest. And this is the valeting kit. But I might be able to pick this up somewhere else. So if I do this, if I sell the shaving kit for 130, and then I get this and then sell it again. Right? So from Colombo, if we ever end up there, which I doubt, we could get to Singapore. And Batavia is also really hard to get to. We could go to Manila, Singapore, Auckland. If Auckland takes us like all the way, we should make it to Auckland. The New Zealanders, Pitcairn Island. Oh yeah, I think I've done that route before. And the market is closed, so now we have to hotel. Yes, we will pass night. As night fell, I engaged another guest in conversation. We don't need money, and we don't need brushed mustaches. Hotel Trivago. That's a reference I don't get. I engaged another guest in conversation to find out what I could, but came with nothing but snatches of local gossip. God damn it. I don't want to go to there. I could take the boat to... I mean, the engineer set could yield results. No charge tomorrow. No charge at 8 a.m. Free? The ticket will require another 410. Yes, let's go to Tehran. We can maybe even meet that singer lady. Yes, embark. Oh, we need 2. Oh no. Oh no. I will need to pay more if I want to take everything. Okay. Sold. There we go. Yes. Oh, I still have to wait until tomorrow? That's what we do. Right? And that's what we do. Market. I don't need to buy this anymore. I don't need an extra suitcase. I don't need any of these because I can't fit them anyway. But we are Englishmen once more. If I switch this with that, that's nicer. A little bit more organized. A little bit more organized. Move me. Top hat, move. God damn it. Okay, so a false passport, and I need something else. And gentleman traveler, I can maybe finish too, because then like I can get rid of some stuff, right? Okay. We did that. I am going to rest, I guess. Sleepy time. Before going to bed, stretch your legs. Discussion with a somewhat frenetic Mongolian gentleman who was looking for a child, whom I found hiding under a waste heap near a food stall. He remarked, they will pay well for false passports, which we have. I paid £1 for the information. And then nodded and go. Departo time. To Tehran we go. Embarco time. Oh no. This is indeed pretty heavy. Oh, no wonder we're crossing the entire sea on a fucking float boat. That's the name, a float boat. The hydrofoil across the Caspian Sea was a small affair run by one Alexander Sedlov, a keener and more enthusiastic amateur sailor than I have ever encountered. This is your ship? I asked as we boarded and stowed the luggage away. He patted the side rail of the crab, which wobbled. An ex-military vessel my cousin acquired, he replied proudly. I used to be a clerk, but the lure of the wave took me by the throat and never let go. He demonstrated. He lunged for me as he spoke. And I had to step deftly aside before he throttled me. Now this is all I do. Never set foot on dry land. Sea legs are my only legs. I looked at his eyes as he spoke and saw even then the flicker of madness. Then he threw the switch on the engine and we were hurled across the water. Literally hurled, as though standing aboard a spinning discus as it leaves the athlete's hand. That's no good. Oh god, that's no good. Talk to this guy. I want to talk to this guy. Tell me about Tehran. Good influence on the young Shah. Okay. Tehran, where would I want to go from there? Maybe Baghdad? Probably, but you can pick up ancient artifacts in Baghdad. They will sell for a fortune in Dubai. I'm not going to head to Dubai. How about Tehran Herat? Absolutely. About the Kamertaj. Cool. Cool! That's exactly what I wanted to do. Thanks, dude! The hydrofoil's wild motion did... No! Is it meant to rotate this way? I shouted over the crashing waves and roaring engine. Isn't it invigorating? I'm not convinced, monsieur, I replied. I know little of machines, and really, there's something a little loose about the suspension, true, but I don't find it too much of a difficulty. I fear we will sink. We will die. Is this grassy worthy? Of course. Just as it appeared things could not get any worse, he pulled out a bottle of vodka and began to sing. This is my nightmare. This is legit my nightmare. Hi, turtles. Talk. He is so Russian. Yeah, I know, right? How about we talk about Tehran? Persians' Bayandor-class airships are the fastest in the sky. Ooh, talk about Kabul. For instance, the fastest way to Kabul from here is through Herat. Good to know. Let's talk about your pants. Let's talk about your pants. Thank you. You in my pants will make me very comfortable. Very good. Ah, this is the worst. Oh, poor guy. By the second day, the broken suspension was all I could think about. None of us enjoyed any sleep, and while Alexander kept his spirits alive with vodka-laced coffee, myself and Monsieur Fox were at our wits' end. I tried to take control of the vessel. What do we do? What do we do? He's too drunk to fight, right? He can't do anything. Sleep? Well, that's so boring. Fine, we'll sleep. We'll sleep. Don't anger the water bear. Okay, fine. But obviously could not sleep. After several hours, we came with sight of Baku, and he raised a ragged cheer as though he had survived the shipwreck. We put into land to rest out the night. This is probably a good idea. Talk more. Hey, settle off. What do you know about Tehran? Persian alliance with the Ottoman Empire is proving fruitful. Cool. Herat is a good idea, but we already know that. This changes the topic. What does he know about Herat? Sure. Speaking of trains, I understand Calcutta can be reached from Bombay aboard the Great Indian Peninsula Railway. What do you know about Calcutta? Have you heard that some buyers will pay well for top hats from... I have top hat! I have a top hat! A Chittagong! We needed to know about Chittagong! About the SS Thunder? Oh, this is great! Okay, Bombay, which is not a place we're going to probably reach. There's Chittagong! And then... Oh, what?! What? This is us traveling around the world in 80 days. In 18-something steampunk fashion. Tell me more about Tehran. True marvel. I don't know what the fuck it is. Tell me about Kabul. The British have an uneasy peace with the Duranis. Bandar Abbas. So, top hats in Bandar Abbas too! Yes! Wool his shirts, sorry. I needed to learn about top hats. Yeah, but this is literally like a choose your adventure, right? After 6 hours of torture aboard the dread hydrofoil, I remember the vodka. I remember the vodka. We eased the pain a little, but not decrease the spinning. Tehran! Do not worry, my friends. You will find it the most comfortable place to be. I am glad to hear it. Said Love nodded. I was not convinced he really understood English at all. I fancy he spoke it like a parrot. We disembarked and he held out his hand for a tip. Damn his eyes, but I gave him 10 pounds. I'll be honest, I hit him. Honor satisfied, we staggered away into town. Oh, he didn't like that. Should have punched him. The false passport we can sell here. But we need to sleep because it's late. Yes, night please. Tehran was a city of invention and artifice, wrapped around ancient grandeur. Bayandor airships floated between the minarets of mosques and church spires glowing golden in the gaslight. I longed to hear a rubaiyat in the manner of Edward Fitzgerald. That's a thing. That's a sentence. And I scoured the street for places of poetry recitation, but found none. The nighttime city was filled with technicians, wiring, and cables. There were even telegraph stations within the workshops. But the great poets of Persia I hadn't imagined. But yeah, so if you have any more questions, just fire away. But basically, we are a gentleman's gentleman to Phileas Fogg, a person who took a bet to get around the world in 80 days, as the Jules Verne novel is. But there seemed to be no art amongst all this artifice. It is fine. Are you all? It is fine work, I remarked. The finest, a middle-aged fellow by the name of Rafik remarked. In other cultures, a copper lily may be enough for an artificer to complete their education. But we all apprentice to other guilds and craftsmen. To truly make automata, we must be jewelers, architects, shipwrights, cobblers, doctors, dancers. Puss puss, puss puss, puss puss, puss. Is her nickname like not but then you must learn endlessly. What does dancing have to do with artificing? Must you also learn the skills of the valet? Ask with enthusiasm. He looked me over and considered my no. There you have me. You have found one skill we do not need. Nice. This explains why I've never seen an automaton with properly waxed hair. Rafik laughed out loud and we clinked our coffee glasses together. I like these guys. Someone further in called out, to the Shahansha. And we all raised our cups. And some wag added, may he live forever under the watchful eye of the Prime Minister, and everyone laughed. This is my abiding memory of Tehran, a room full of men and women in the hazy light. A place where people could be both right and humane. All at the same time. A rare thing in this world of ours. It is a city, I am sure, that will stand forever. As I left, Rafik pressed a square of glass into my hand. It is most subtly broken, he exclaimed. But still beautiful, as so many of us are. We found the true poet. We found the true poet. The broken shard. We need to go to Delhi. The true poet, Rafik. Broken shard. I can sell worth 4,800 in Delhi. 350. Is it worth it though? Is it worth it though? I mean, I'm gonna maybe need a false passport if I head to Hong Kong. Oh. Explore time, sure. Oh, where are we going? Ah, Bandar Abbas. But I don't really want to go down. I'm really going to start moving towards the east. To say that the capital of the Persian Empire is modern would be to deny the unparalleled glory of its ancient monuments and palaces. You don't want to go down? Shaking my head. Nope, don't want to go down. You gotta make it worth my while. But how will you please Fogg? Oh, there are enough ways that valet only knows. Trust me, his waxed hair will not be the only thing. Waxed. But the recent alliance with the Ottoman Sublime Porte. The Qajar Shahs ruled over an empire almost constantly at war. Though you would not know it. The alliance with the Ottoman Sublime Porte had allowed the city to prosper despite border disputes with Russia and British India. The city is itself a garden of culture and art. I personally like to think or remember Tehran as that. Protected from the skirmishes along its borders, by day I found my poets and sat amongst them as they dueled each other with words and competed for patronage. That means dick. Market, an astrolabe. Oh no. Railway man. Railway man. I could sell two things. Maybe. Because I still have the vodka. But I don't think I'll need it when I start moving forward, right? So I'll sell it for 24, which is a decent amount. And then I can be train man. Train man. Train man. Rest and recuperation. Top hat I can sell. This 350 if I need to, but I think I might need it to, you know, move my way into China. There's still this bottle of wine, which nobody appreciates. My pants I got for free are worth £8 here. Nice. 21, 4. Sell pant. No, no, must keep pants. Keep the pants on. No! Fine. 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 There we go. Hope you're happy now. I can as well buy this astrolabe. What else I'm gonna do? No one needs pants. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Excuse you? Excuse me? I'm never happy. Well, I can tell. There. Times of trains journeys. Now go better. Travels. Yes, so I can do Kabul, and from there on I can move down. There's Dubai. Ah, there's Benares. That's exactly what we're going to do then. Negotiate. No charge in 2 days. There we go, 2 days. There's nothing there. So I have to do 2 days in Tehran. So I guess I'll do that. Sleepy time. I guess the guy can recover a little bit. Comfortable for the night. I went out to explore a little bit because the guy apparently really likes poets. And to my surprise, came across a tired-looking English gentleman and his valet begging on the side of the road. I inquired into their misfortune and learned they had been traveling around the world and fallen foul of heavy transport bribes. My heart went out to them. Of course I gave them £300 to get them back on their feet. Then I tipped my hat and moved away. Because we are richer than when we left. Like, we are doing this beautifully. Okay. So this is tomorrow that we leave. Yes, tomorrow. Oh, it works! Now it works! It works! Ah, my face! Ah, I felt it in my gut. I felt it in my gut. So it works now. We did it. Yeah! Oh God. I need to sleep for that. I need a rest. What remained of the day, I spent a while talking to hotelier. I learned about things about Delhi, which I already knew. Well rested boy. Yeah, he'll be even like better when we have taken the train. Because I want to go to here. Look at that train! The Kamertage. A black metal horse reared from the prow of the Kamertage. A masterpiece of Ottoman style powered by a new type of Persian engine. It ran from Istanbul through the Persian Empire and all the way to the British frontier city of Kabul. I was sorry to be leaving Tehran. It is a funny train. A place of true possibility. Still, the Kamertage left us in no doubt that we were leaving. Its engines fired and we rocketed away along the lines. Rails. I did a thing. I must fog him! One of the Armenian porters nudged his Pashtun friend and muttered something uncomplimentary. Flog the fog! As he watched me struggle to load our things into the luggage cart. Are we gonna start punching? Are we gonna start? Are we gonna start? No. We have stiff upper lip, right? Stiff, unflappable upper lip. Focused on my tag, but they continue to stare at me in discourteous fascination. Yes, we are stiff Englishmen, because we made our Englishmen stiff. You look very strange for a servant, said the Armenian fellow, whose name turned out to be Abadijan. He's a very sour dude. That's why. Because he's from Dijon. Yolks. So many yolks. I looked the man level in the eye. Well, I am a strange sort of... I am perfectly a la mode. I am perfectly a la mode. Are we strange? Or are we average? We are striving for pure averageness, right? We need to excel in average is what we need to do, right? We are a servant. Servanti. I told him in aggrieved tones, pulling my cuff straight. They're all wearing this in Paris this year. They only laughed pityingly in response. Monsieur Abadijan tucked the purple lamb's wool pashmina around my neck. Perhaps this will help, he said rather hopelessly. I stroked the soft fabric. Stroking. As I returned to my compartment, Monsieur Fogg made no comment, distracted by the whistle and shouts, which marked our departure from Tehran. Ab Saksay in Agra. I don't even know where that is. I walked to the gentle rumble of the train and dressed quickly, deciding to wind my scarf around my neck. Let's be sexy boys. In a dashing style, Monsieur Abadijan was entirely correct in his sartorial assessment. The color suited my complexion very well. Monsieur Fogg took one look at me and raised an eyebrow. Very vibrant, he remarked. Would you like it, monsieur? Would you like it when I vibrant into you? I might go and take one now too, because I need to wake up at 5:50 tomorrow. That's early. But I'm pretty sure the monsieur would like it, if you know what I mean. I asked, holding the pashmina out to him. Monsieur Fogg hesitated a moment, looking at my outstretched hand, then took the scarf with calm deliberation. Thank you, Passepartout, he said equably, tucking it away. I was stunned. Oh, j'en suis sûre. Will you wear it? I asked, emboldened by his acceptance. He gave me a long look at my request, and though surprised by it, I will keep it, he said cautiously, but he did not refuse point blank. I was still flabbergasted by the time the Kamertaj pulled into Herat, on the border of the Persian Empire and the frontier of British Indian colonial lands. He likes us more because we gave it to him, and he took it like a champ. He likes us. Yay! He sure does. We really have to wait. Okay, so we lost the scarf. We had the scarf and immediately lost it. We had our papers inspected by a Persian custom officer with a pair of magnificent extending spectacles and a head of unruly hair made of polished brass and engraved with Farsi script along the arms. That's fancy. Wow. He inspected our documents while turning a small lever behind his ear. A pair of smoked glass lenses slipped over the clear ones, and he inspected our documents one more. You are widely traveled, he remarked. We are traveling around the world, I blurted, and I could nearly hear my master refrain from rolling his eyes. Oh, well, it's none of my business, the official remarked philosophically. Your papers are in order. Good luck with your travels. We repeated much the same experience with the British customs official a few hours later, and so we arrived in Kabul, thoroughly inspected and officially stamped. The conductor doesn't care. Nope, not at all. Not in the slightest. It would sell efficiently here. Whoa, that's a huge carpet. Elastic wallet. Urban traveler. Air traveler. I sold this thing. 150, but it can make it to Delhi, I guess. I can maybe make it to Delhi. What time is it? It's just fine. How about I close this? And I check the world map. Because I think I can make it to Delhi, right? No, do I have to first? Okay, fine. First explore. I get it. So from Kabul, we can make it to Delhi. Yes, exactly. As we explored the city, we were rather unceremoniously seized by a score of British infantry and marched along the walls of Kabul, up the mountain ridge, and to the fortress of Bala Hisar. Monsieur Fogg protested our treatment, and I joined my voice to his. Though my outraged tones rather outmatched his calm ones. We were presented to a small, bespectacled gentleman in a palatial office, which looked rather more like a court, despite the piles of books and surveyor's equipment littering the floor. He gave us a glance over his spectacle rims. I am Mr. Smite, second assistant political officer to the British mission here. I do not have the pleasure of your acquaintance. Okay, head out and have that shower. Good night. I am going to otherwise ceremony people some more with my voice. I'm gonna smite his ass, is what I'm gonna do. Gonna do this for at least until we hit... I'm going to do this until we hit Hong Kong. His totes is a paladin. No, he needs a paddling, not a paladin. I glanced at my master, who straightened his cuffs but otherwise looked as though he might have been out for a mid-morning stroll and had wandered by merest happenstance into an Afghan palace fort. I am Mr. Phileas Fogg, and this is my valet, Passepartout. I am a subject of Her Majesty and passing through Kabul with no small urgency. Urgency? The political officer's eyes flashed behind his lenses. Pray expand a little upon the nature of this urgency, Mr. Fogg. He had the measure of my cool-eyed master. That much was certain. Monsieur Fogg was not used to being on the other side of the interrogation table, and I felt rather protective of him as Monsieur Fogg explained his wager and our resultant breakneck trip around the world. I could see Mr. Smite growing more astonished with each word. Finally, he took off his glasses and tapped them on the table. Were you a Russian or Persian spies? He said musingly. You would have a more plausible story. I could not, in all honesty, disagree. My master's ongoing willingness to risk life, limb, and valet for a bet seemed to me the height of nonsense. I fear I did not keep my thoughts from my face either, as I saw Monsieur Fogg's cold glance in my direction. Monsieur Smite's eyebrow raised in an eerie mirroring of my master's expression, and then he cleared his throat. A friend of mine is traveling to Omsk. I'd consider it a great favor if you accompanied here. A particular friend? Omsk is quite far. Omsk is quite far, and I do not want to go there. I was suspicious. Why would be so great to do a favor? You provide, shall we say, an excellent cover story. He gave me a level look. Think on it. He dismissed us and returned his papers. Another second glance. Quite a commanding fellow for a mere second assistant political officer. That's fine. No! We don't want to go to Omsk. That's... No! Exactly. No Omsk. We do not Omsk. I could also... This is huge. This is huge. It fits... It's the entire thing. So this is in Benares. Yeah, and I have only space, right? So that's not good. And top hats aren't good here either. I've never had to use this thing, right? Let me actually check. Let me actually check, because now I can check, right? Omsk by airship, no. I want to go to Delhi. 2 days. Palanquin, 2 things. Negotiate. No charge. Tomorrow. Okay, so I negotiated with the thing I was going to sell. Cool. How am I going to do this, right? How am I gonna do this? Because this wine here sells already for 98. That would be nice. And in Delhi, this is like worth a bunch of money. And this is worth a bunch of money in Chittagong. So I'm thinking. I am just going to sell the wine. Right? And this rest and recuperation set I want to keep. But I don't have this left of the law thing going, because this needs to reach Benares too. So I'm thinking, what if I just get rid of the false passport? And get myself a carpet. How about I do that? And then we'll make so much goddamn money. In a month, we will have made like a fortune. Plan. So I need to get to Delhi. Yes, and I can sell my top hat there too, even. I can stock up on more shit to sell. The parts tomorrow. So let me just take a nice resty rest. As night fell, I went to stretch my legs. It'll be fine. Or maybe I should attend to the dude. What's all down, Zet? Daar hoort een al down, oh, delicieus in. Let me attend to this guy. There we go. Departo time. Delhi, please. Yes. Minus 22 plus 18. That's perfectly fine. Oh god, look how fancy we travel. Oh god. Oh god. We hired a mechanical palanquin for the journey and clambered aboard. It's so hot. Converse. Talk to me about Delhi. Have you learned anything in the times? Delhi was once the Mughal capital of India. Tell me about Madras. Have you heard that you can obtain tobacco in Madras? Extremely valuable in Hong Kong, where we're going? Tell me about Agra. The last bank in Agra has closed. Very good. Very good to hear. Okay, so we don't need to be in Lahore. Ha ha ha. Delhi and Lahore. The Grand Trunk Road, stretching from Afghanistan to Bengal, was an ancient trade route. The Mauryas had once used it to trade with the ancient Greeks, and now the British Empire had repaved and restored it. For their own purposes, mechanical palanquins laden with trade goods jostled alongside troop transport and Trevithick steam carriages imported from England. All were brightly painted, each one a paean to garish ill taste. My eyes hurt looking at the blue-skinned gods and pastoral scenes baking under searingly orange suns, and interlocking patterns painted by unskilled hands. The day's journey passed quickly, a blur of color and sound, and it was only as the sun dipped below the horizon and the palanquins lit their phosphorant lamps that I realized we had reached the city of Lahore. I will fog him. There, we made progress. It was only a short distance from Lahore to Delhi, and we had been promised it was a particularly well-maintained stretch of road. I played whist with Monsieur Fogg. With a pack of cards he had conjured up from somewhere. The mechanicals bearing our palanquin were so steady they barely jostled us at all. I won several rounds in a row, which seemed to please my master. You are improving, he said, giving me a nod. An afternoon well spent, though I was not sorry to see the ancient fortified walls of Delhi appear out of the haze of dust ahead of us. There we go, reading! We opted to disembark and forgo rest of the journey to Agra. Here was a place worth exploring. Yeah, because I need to sell my shit. Worth exploring for money. Money, 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 money. Sell that shit. How much is this? 320. Sell that shit. Brass Woodlouse, Manila. I don't think we'll pass there. I don't think I'll need that. I have a free pack of cards now. How cool. But I don't think I'll pass in Manila. 120. I don't think I'll pass in Manila. Yes, I sure did. Plan. So from here I can only go to Agra. And Manila is not here. Here. Maybe I'll... yeah, no. It can make it from maybe from Hong Kong. There might be a thing from Hong Kong to Manila. But I would prefer if Hong Kong... Yokohama was a thing. If Hong Kong Yokohama was a thing, I would be happy. If Hong Kong, that would be nice. Yeah. So, if that's the case, let me just go back to Delhi. Have resties. Because I could stop by at Manila for even more money. Explore. Entered into conversation with a nervous Gujarati youth who lost a monocle, which I helped to recover, and who then, between fits of cursing, told me that you could obtain zoetropes in Colombo, extremely valuable in Singapore. I paid £1 for the information. And he nodded and then moved away. I have no idea how that would work. I am on fine form about the music. I wouldn't even know how you do that. Like, how would you from Colombo, which is like here, right? Like from here, move all the way down to Colombo, which I don't really want to do. I want to go to like Allahabad and Benares. I want to go to Benares, honestly. Oh, did I forget? Never mind. I guess we're not going to Manila. Guess we're not going to Manila. Once again, we boarded a mechanical palanquin. We sure did. Talk. I need to learn. I must learn. Use the playing cards. Nah, that's fine. Tell me more about Agra. Walks from place to place. Is that not remarkable? Cool. Hong Kong. Tell me about Hong Kong. For instance, Yokohama can be reached. Yes, that is cheap. Tell me about Chittagong, because we need to go there too. You can take the SS Thunder from Chittagong to Singapore. Very nice. It's all coming together, you guys. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. I was weary of being on the road so long, despite the remarkable cities and sights we had seen since departing Kabul. Yet when Agra came into view and tossed aside any remembrance of my journey upon the ancient Grand Trunk Road, at first I only saw 4 massive stone-clad jointed legs, the white marble magnificence of the Taj Mahal. It towers nearly touching the clouds. Oh, I heard rumors, of course, but the truth of the vast walking city Perched high atop its pillar-like mechanical legs left me with only one question. What would it feel like when it walked? I suppressed a shiver as I regarded our marvelous destination. Okay, from here on I need to get to Benares. Yes, explore. No! The perambulatory city of Agra was itself a wonder. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan had wished to build a monument to his great love Mumtaz. And instead of a mere building, had commissioned a roving city. The vast white granite magnificence of the Taj Mahal perched on the plateau. Atop its jointed fortified legs, there were thick gouges in the ground. A fitting monument to great love. One that my Frenchman's heart could not disapprove of. Her sovereignty was a contested matter. The British had laid claim to her, but she passed through independent territories on her peregrinations. Her power source was an enduring mystery. One which still befuddled the various European engineers who had made their life's work. As for me, I will not change such a marvel. With the notions of state or government, Agra was a creature up unto herself, a living city who owed her living to no one. We boarded Agra at noon. She would begin walking to Calcutta when the sun set, taking us with her on her unvarying circuit. Oh, this is a traveling city then. Like truly traveling. Hooded cloak, zoetropes. Valuable there too. Okay. Okay, cool. Hooded cloak, urban traveler, but I don't have that. I do not have that. So this is also 3 things. But I don't want to get rid of this set. I don't think we're gonna reach Benares either. But if this city travels... like... If this city travels... Maybe we can stop at... Maybe we can stop there. Also, I can take 7 to there. I can take 7 to there. Oof. Oh, I don't even care then. Hotel me. Doesn't the city travel? We took a room and settled in, and I went to stretch my legs. I want to learn. Yes, Punjabi clerk was searching for a dog, which I found hiding under a pile of rubbish near clockmakers. The clerk thanked me, and as we walked, remarked that no markets exist in Yadanabon. I asked him. I assured him we were unlikely to head that way, at which he shrugged. Can't say I blame you. Yeah, but I don't want to yet. There, market. Let me just buy a thing. Because I don't think I need to buy anything else, right? So I can still... I don't have anything else for the heavy storm set. But yeah, I'll just have to make my way downtown. Okay, depart. Embark. High temperatures. It will be a bothersome option. There we go. Moving city. One of the scarlet-cloaked city officials rang a brass bell. Answering tolls echo from all corners of the city of Agra. While the sound still echoed in my ears, the city lurched underneath me, tilting first to the left and then abruptly to the right. We were off. The walking city had begun its circuit. I felt rattled and jarred by the motion. It was enough to make a man think fondly of the pitch and roll of a clipper on the seas. High seas, my friend. I want to wait. I want to fog. Why can I not fog? Truth be told, the sound was more difficult to accustom myself to than Agra's multi-jointed gait. Her granite-clad feet pounded into the earth with enormous shuddering crashes that could be heard even from our rarefied station. I looked over the edge. This is dangerous. But we are learning. At the verdant fields and forests below, interrupted by little thatched villages and larger brick-building towns, which wreathed themselves in black smoke. The Grand Trunk Road snaked ahead of us towards the horizon. I felt a giant. The earth seemed to unroll itself for my inspection. Farmers and horses and cows below seemed pale and unreal and almost insignificant. In that moment, only I was solid, only I was real. Thankfully, the moment passed quickly. But I did not soon return to the railing. A man thought strange thoughts perched atop a migrating city with an engine for a heart. I still need to get to Benares. The 7 Great Navigators. Cool. Tell me about Calcutta. That the Bengalis are much in favor of Indian independence. Cool. I want to switch to Chittagong. Not for you. Okay. Tell me about Chittagong, Manila then. If that is a thing. The quickest way from Manila here is to go via Singapore. Cool. I can play cards. I don't want them to learn about Manila. I'll just play cards. You are too kind. Teach me more about Chittagong. Sounds unhealthy. Okay, cool. Chittagong, Bombay. Is that a thing? Never mind that. You can obtain jars of turmeric in Bombay that will sell for a fortune in Singapore. In Bombay, you say? It's a gateway to British India, but we're not gonna reach there, right? Are we? Are we? There's Bombay. My master took a turn atop the top deck as we passed inside of Allahabad. On our right-hand side, through the trees, we could just see the gleam of the railway line, which appeared to end rather abruptly. A photographer had set up a booth on the lawn. I was doing a brisk trade, taking ferrotypes of families posing in front of the magnificent monument. It was so quick. He developed, fixed, varnished, and handed the ferrotype to the customer in a matter of minutes. He glanced over at me appraisingly. Photograph? He asked in passable French. 10 pounds. Mais oui. I agreed, and then glanced at Monsieur Fogg and invited him to join me in the picture. He glanced at the photographic apparatus with evident suspicion, and then at my hopeful expression. Very well, he said shortly. I stared at him mouth agape for a full 20 seconds. I had not imagined he would agree. We posed beside each other as the photographer made his equipment ready. I could barely keep the grin from my face. There was a blinding flash of a white light, and by the time my vision had returned to normal, the ferrotype was already being pressed into my hands. A handsome article. In some light, I can almost see the barest hint of a smile upon my master's lips. I tucked the ferrotype in my pocket, and he continued about our promenade. Cool, but I want to go to Benares. How about Calcutta? What can you tell me? Opium trade. Okay, switch to Chittagong. Steamships, you can get to Yokohama from Pyongyang by a Korean trader, but the fare is well beyond most travelers. Okay, tell me about Yokohama then. Through Singapore, I already knew that. Pass myself some cards. Tell me some more about Yokohama. You can buy amethysts that you can sell for profit in Hong Kong. How does that travel work? Here's something, and pick up hunting rifles in Hong Kong, extremely valuable in Batavia, but I don't need to go there. Candle scented of rose in Batavia, extremely valuable in Hong Kong, but I can't just go back and forth. Pyongyang to Yokohama. Still, missed out on Benares. I'm kind of sad for that. I was taking a small digestive walk after a substantial breakfast when I saw a young lady in a bright pink sari and yellow-lensed goggles pitched herself over the outer railings. I leapt across the deck, and immediately entangled myself in some coils of rope, which toppled me. Yes, F indeed. Which toppled me onto the railings in a slightly less heroic fashion, and then I peered over the edge. sick with morbid curiosity about women's fate, only to see her waving up at me cheerily, suspended from the railing by a length of thick hemp rope knotted around her waist. I waved back, though my fixed impression could hardly have been described as nonchalant, even by the kindest critic. The women sought me out at luncheon, by which time I was much recovered, and she introduced herself as Daya, Mademoiselle Daya. I bowed. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. She laughed in surprise. Your mans are very fancy. I invited her to sit with me, as was only polite, but she shook her head. I do not eat up here, she pronounced derisively, before glancing at me with bright mischief. We are a city of many levels. The real Agra is below decks. I'll take you down tomorrow if you want to do more than sightseeing. Oh, she's up for some business. She swept away into the crowd, leaving me to contemplate her challenge over my meal. Yes. No. Explore. Of course. I went below decks. Of course I did. I am a man who cannot resist a woman challenge. Let's explore below deck, shall we? Daya told me of some of the history and layout as we descended a series of stairs of increasing ricketiness. I followed until we reached a stop. My guide raised her hand. There was no one about. I was beset by the sudden thought that she had brought me to this empty spot to rob me. Then an enormous set of boilers. She dropped her pads and she had a bunch of boilers. Oh, now I have to choose that. Now I have to choose that. Oh, yawsies. What do I do? What do I do? I want to do the old pair of carved doors, but these boilers. These boilers, man. I guess I'll just boiler. Which traversed the middle of the cavernous room and divided the central promenade into two halves. We had come to a township built within the echoing bowels of the city, complete with shops and residences and even children playing games on the street. Though these children tossed adjustable spanners and brass rings, gigantic dials and levers, a muezzin called the faithful to prayer, a child threw a ring at my feet. Let's pray. No. Let's get some gigantic dials and levers going. Arrayed the distant walls, whose purpose Daya attempted to explain, though it was rather too technical for my uninitiated mind. Daya was clearly a well-known figure and introduced me to her fellow lower city folk with great pride. Almost everyone wore tool belts and yellow-lensed goggles. So she asked, turning on the spot, her with hands outstretched, "What do you think of my home, Frenchman?" It is fantastic, a hidden world. Let's get there, I declared. I would not have dreamed such a place existed beneath the parks of the upper decks. She nodded at my response, as if turning it over in her mind. The truth is, I think that all cities have below decks, my friend. She said, Agra's is just more obvious, or less depending. There was something hinted at in her tone, I thought. She smiled weakly. Don't worry, Passepartout, I'm not going to eat you. A most awkward moment. Thankfully, I was saved by the bells that signaled our stop. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Why can't she pull my enormous lever? Through open iron gates and shouted instructions at each other in a storm of languages. I never saw Daya again. Oh no, we missed it! Wreck. Yes, zoetrope can be sold here. Peppermint tablet. Dominoes. Cowboy boots. And shit. So this is all just stuff, right? Well now, more proving more draining than I expected. I want to plan. So I could just go via Singapore like everybody does. This takes me 3, so this is perfectly fine. So that's perfectly fine. So if I can take 3, I can sell this then in Chittagong, so I'll have 2 or 4 spaces. As this thing can be sold. So I have this ferrotype now, a handsome ferrotype of myself and my master. So I can know what the fap do. Nam 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 nam. Soldier and stubborn types, that's this. I have a set of dominoes, which are free. I have free dominoes. Yes, please. I got some cookies. Maybe I can get myself some. I have to travel through the Americas, right? I don't really know if I need like other stuff. That cushion is like everywhere. I am going to just leave it at that, I guess. 5, 3. Oof, it's all cheap though. It's all cheap. So we're gonna make so much money. And I have the space now anyway. I need to explore. No, I can only hotel. Yes, pass the night. Industrial city which had built its wealth on opium, textiles, and indigo. But that was not to say it was uncultured. The chai shops. Yes, yes, get me some tea, please. Thronged with affluent baboos and behenjis, discussing poetry and literature and the sticky subject of Indian independence. It seems there was discontent. It seemed like a natural outcome of events. And I said as much, to be loudly shouted down by several pro-British voices, who in turn were shouted down by those fervently in favor of self-rule. It was certainly a thorny issue, and I wondered if we would be able to avoid all consequences of it. Do you think there'll be trouble soon? Dangerous right now? I heard the mountains to the east are teeming with separatists. They mean to attack Chittagong. Oh no! But I need to sell my shit in Chittagong. Struck up a few conversations here and there, hunting for options for how we might proceed. Nothing. This is all the routes. Cool. Plan. Negotiate. No charge. Tomorrow, please. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay. Tells. Resty times. Last few hours of the evening. I spent a few hours walking around to see a remarkably energetic Gujarati gentleman in a heated discussion with a tailor, from which I learned it can sometimes be prudent not to get in the way. I came away with a torn shirt. God damn it. So yes, this is the route I'm going to do. But I need to stop at Chittagong. Mild seas. Like, I just have to. We boarded the SS Thunder of the Apcar shipping line on its way to Hong Kong via Singapore. But the smokestacks barely had time to steam off their morning dew before we were approaching Chittagong to pick up more laborers. We made a full stop. We disembarked. And made our way into town. Yes, it does. Gun! So first of all, need to sell this shit. Load of dice. Oh no, we don't have the passport anymore. I sold the passport. God damn it. Warm climate, open road. I don't have any of that. Heavy storm. What do I have for heavy? I had the safety harness. I have 2 of 3, but I don't have enough. Open road, I don't need that. Frequent flyer. But this gun, if I'm going to go to Yokohama anyway, I can just as well buy it, right? Because I don't need these tablets and these biscuits. Give me my gun. So I can shoot people. Yeah. Shooting. Very good bargaining, Passepartout. We did it. Yeah, I still have place here, so I could just move the boots in here, and then I have yeah, that in case I have to remove stuff. I can explore. New route discovered. Chittagong had been under British control for over 100 years, but still I felt the hostility of the Bengalis as they fetched our bags, served us tea, and smiled. Monsieur Fogg ignored their ill temper magnanimously. Words! A tactic that was almost universally adopted amongst the colonial administrators, traders, and officers of the city. It was an odd sensation to be hated so impersonally, and so I took pains to be courteous to the natives of the city, but it had little effect on the tamped down rage nestled in the corners of their mouth. More prosaically, we had been instructed to visit the visa office, so I hired a mechanical palanquin. Much like Don had taken along the Grand Trunk Road, and I was quite happily enjoying the tour when a thundering explosion rocked the city to the west. The street flooded with soldiers and citizens rolling in an uneasy mass. I ordered the driver to turn around, not wanting to become involved in whatever disaster was brewing. My driver complied gratefully, though his eyes were fixed on the spiral of smoke rising above the police armory, which seemed to be the center of the disturbance, on the roof of which a man in a pristine white kurta performed a crisp military salute and raised a green, white, and red flag, the flag of Indian nationalists. The people around me began to scream their support, and 100 white leaflets fell from the sky. I seized the leaflet. Conveniently printed in both English and Bengali, the revolutionaries declared themselves to be the Indian Republican Army and announced their intention to seize the police armory, but also disrupt the railway and telegraph office. That's fine. I didn't take the boat anyway. We were trapped. And the city, I would fear, will soon be ablaze. Cool. So I can only go there, right? Like, this is not an option anymore. By the Jade Tiger. Yeah, but I can't... It's not an option anymore. So I'll have to... The monastic caravan. So I have to cut through... Yeah, I'll have to cut through China. So to Canton then. Oof. That's gonna be painful. Thank you, Punjabi clerk. Yadanabon. I have 3 suitcases though, so that's good. Tomorrow before 1 p.m. Sure. Sure. Hotel. We passed the night. Nighttime in Chittagong was not quiet. As soon as the sun went down, the streets echoed with shouts and cries, the stirring of revolution. I set up guarding the door, rifle in hand, but Monsieur Fogg went promptly to his bed, declaring the British will keep control of the situation, I am certain. Have you forgotten this afternoon's events already? How could a gentleman's memory be so short? The part... Yeah, so I really can't... Singapore, right? No. And the Rangoon is maybe then the next option? Go! Party time! The British Army had closed had closed down Chittagong's port and set up pickets which prevented travelers from leaving the city. Luckily for us, he made an exception for monks on their way to the Burmese royal capital of Yadanabon for the 5th Buddhist Synod. A sensible decision. Given the uprising, interfering with the peaceful monks' religious practice would only inflame the unrest further and perhaps even push tense British relations with the Kingdom of Burma into yet another war. Uncharacteristically, it was my master rather than I who had convinced the monks to grant us passage with them. I confess myself surprised by the magnificence of their transport. A small fleet of carriages drawn by a pair of gilded leogryphs. Shints? I don't fucking know. Which belched steam from their jaws. I glanced at my master as we settled into our seat. We will travel in style, I remarked. A dry laugh interrupted whatever response Monsieur Fogg was about to make as a Burmese monk of middle years climbed in. The carriages were sent by the King of Burma. They do not belong to us, he explained. We began to jolt our way out of the cities. We own no material goods. A very generous king, I remarked, being rather suspicious of kings in general, and kingly generosity in particular. He is, he agreed. And there we go. Talkie time. Mademoiselle La Driver. God damn it. Teach me. Gold-tipped spires and enormous pagoda. I would see if I can hit... If I can hit Manila. I can sell the cowboy boots there. Goodbye. The monks in our carriage began to chant in Sanskrit as the sun moved across the sky. I listened, captivated. There we go. Oh, this guy, he's super happy. There we go. Yes, sleep time and explore. Yadanabon was strong with Buddhist monks and believers who had flooded the city to attend the 5th Buddhist Synod. They meditated, conversed, and drank endless cups of tea in the many free traveler shelters, zayats, of the royal capital. I went looking for transportation, locating a rack of chintz for hire aside one of the... Where do you head? South or north? Where to? Phang Sao? Rangoon? Where do you want to go? London. That's quite far. I thanked him for his advice and turned to leave when the smell of cooking distracted me. I approached. Okay, cooks. What do you have to say? How long have you been a cook? I think I'm a cook. She punctuated her question with a sharp jerk of her enormous metal ladle. In her deft hand, she was likely more... In her deft hands, it was likely more deadly than a broadsword. The fact that you are cooking? Less of your sauce, young man. She put a hand on her hip and gave me a glare worthy of a schoolmistress. Little wonder, as she informed me quite tartly, that she was indeed the headmistress of the local academy for young ladies who wished to better themselves. Better themselves? The wars with Britain have left many young Burmese women fatherless and destitute. Teach them English, mathematics, and deportment. Perhaps it will be enough, she sighed heavily. Now, are you just going to stand here or are you going to help me serve this meal? Of course, madame. We fed perhaps 50 monks and travelers over the next hour. It was hard labor, but in the end it felt like a true spirit of camaraderie. The cook gave me 2 bowls of flavorsome noodle broth as reward, and I took them home to my master. A nourishing meal was not something to be turned down on our travels. Okay, so I can go up and down. So there's Rangoon, where you can probably take a boat, but I'm thinking maybe I should go to... I have this gun, which is valuable in Rangoon and Canton. So I could take that. From Phang Sao Pass, I can probably head to Canton, right? I can explore and see what happens. I browsed around, my ears open, investigating the various ways in which we might continue. There's nothing left. Okay. So I need to first check how many suitcases I can take. 3. I can... Should I risk it? Should I risk it? Because I don't know if there's anything in Pangshao Pass or Canton, so I can take 3 suitcases. Dusty roads, uncomfortables. Departing right now. Okay, there we go. Got 20 seconds to decide. Never mind. We took a chint from Yadanabon to Pangsao Pass. Our driver was a handsome, mustachioed Burmese man with a leg wasted by polio. Know much about Pangsao Pass? Asked, only that is administered by our scheming enemies, the British. Begging your master's pardon, he said cheerfully. I never stay long. They're always up to something unpleasant. Begging your master's pardon. That's a cool... This is gonna be a fun guy. Okay, Monsieur le Driver, tell me about Pangsao Pass. Keep talking. Is this possible? Monsieur, really? But some buyers will pay well for hunting rifles from Canton. Now, anyway, are you with the military? I was. Okay, cool. Still. Pangsao Pass Benares? Seems unlikely, yeah. Pangsao Pass Manila? Seems unlikely. Dominoes! What a marvelous idea. Tell me more about Pangsao Pass. The easiest way from India to China. Well, look at us being lucky. Havana? Ah, sugar canes in Havana for profit in Chicago. Cuban cigars sell for a fortune in Ponta Delgada. Oof, my neck. Oh. Travel through the night, the forest turned sepulchral, shadowy green, and the phosphorescence cast by the Shin's headlamps. Converse shit. The driver dropped us a mile outside Pangsao Pass. I've got a bad feeling about the place today. You can get there on your own from there. Do you think we should turn back as well? No, I said with the post. I'm sure you and your English master will be fine. It's my face they do not like. I hefted our bags and slowly tramped our way to the settlement of Pangsao Pass. It was easy to find. We just headed towards the curious-looking airships bobbing gently above the trees. There we go. I'm gonna take an airship. It was a mood of grim celebration when we arrived at Pangsao Pass. A man by the name of Captain Chalmers, Nintendo Chalmers, had captured Surya, a notorious Indian revolutionary responsible for some of the recent disturbances in Chittagong. Captain Chalmers. Would you like to come with me to interrogate the man? Captain Chalmers asked genially. I cannot trust the natives to guard my back. His smile was deceptive. That's such a weird thing. Why would you ask a random valet? It makes no sense. He makes no sense. We must know the names of his... I heard Surya screaming. Oh god. Must have done so. I turned to Monsieur Fogg with my hand shaking. I cannot bear this. Do not veer from its usual calm implacability. You're not agents of the crown, Passepartout. You have no business interfering. How can you stand it? I did not think about it, he said deliberately, meeting my eyes. His cool blue gaze had a hint of gentleness to it. Or at least I fancied so. I suggest that you take the same precaution. 6 hours later, the person's dead. I'll not detail the state he was in. Captain Chalmers watched the whole thing. Without flinching, and then vomited spectacularly over his shoes. Nice. I wanted to leave Pangsao Pass and never return. Yes. I want to take back our decision to game this way. My friends, we cannot have everything we want in this dark life. Chalmers gave us permission to leave. We scrambled to look for departures. There you go. Look at us going sweetly to Canton. Yes. Plan. When do we leave? Tomorrow at 8 a.m. 5. Oh. Sleepy time. There are no hotels in Pangsao Pass, but we were put up for the night in local man's thatch roof dwelling. Look at them being survivors. Yes, sell. Perfect. Oh god, what the fuck is that for a bird? We boarded a Garuda, an eagle-like flying automaton the size of a small airship, bound for Canton. Captain Chalmers came to wave us off, but I could not look him in the eyes. Our luggage was suspended from the creature's claws. We ourselves were strapped upon his broad back, exposed to the buffeting of the wind, which each beat blah 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 blah. Then began to beat his wings and rose up into the air. Well, there we go, moving our way to Canton, almost in Hong Kong. Well, then we are at least, we're certainly over halfway. Certainly. Which is super nice, right? But yeah, so this is just chilling. Thankfully, there were sleeping berths inside the Garuda's hull. And other conveniences besides. But we all had to take turns upon the beds and sleep in shifts. I might have enjoyed it, but that I could not shake the sounds of the dying man in Pang Sao Pass from my ears. They stuck, as though they had sunk into the very bones of my skull. Ominous! Converse. Tell me about Canton. The only Chinese port open to foreigners, that is true. Manilas! Many Chinese, Indians, and Latinos call themselves Filipino these days. Tell me about Yokohama. Traveling circus. I was certainly going to Yokohama. I awoke to one of the crew's grinning faces peering in at me through a porthole. I merely smiled back blankly, not perceiving that said crewman must be suspended outside the Garuda to be so rudely looking in upon me. I rushed up on the deck once I had taken my sleep-muddled senses into hand. And saw the crew hard at work suspending an inverted canopy of the bale. What are you all doing? I do believe I placed my hands on my hips in irritation. Our job, said the nearest crew member, with a cracked tooth grin. Emperor Sixi doesn't like airships and the like. The Chinese are likely to try and shoot us down if they spot us. Sky-colored camouflage. An ingenious solution. I must know this when we landed Canton. Or you say we really continue the charade and pretend to be a very low-hanging cloud. Perhaps. Perhaps. The Empress doesn't like us, but she does like taxing trade, and we pay tax. The girl tossed her head and flashed another grin. That's why she put up with you foreign devils, and why she winks at the airships as long as we put some effort in. You have a very political mind for an airwoman. I noted. My pa taught me to read English for his sins. She barked a laugh. The name is Lynn Carrington, and while my pa was European and by all accounts a devil besides, ma's a nice village girl from Yunnan. She stuck her hand out and, I pressed a kiss to it. With grey formality, which made her laugh and then punch me on the arm as I thought I had made a great jest. Ha ha ha! The French charm strikes again. Fog me! Game of canasta with you. How enjoyable. Carrington, as she insisted I call her, tried to convince me to come out on the wings with her. It's like a thrill like no other. She's the only way to fly. Who am I to deny such an invitation? Hey, a woman can get this guy to do anything. I said, stepping up beside her. Carrington's face lit up at my words. And quick as a flash, she roped us together and tied one end to a sturdy metal pole, which seemed placed for the purpose of securing errant wing walkers. I waited for her to mount the wing and followed, aware of her greater experience. She ran the length of the wing, nimbly, stretching the rope taut between us. I looked at the vista below as I'm gonna fall and die. Far, far below us, I felt a prickle of sweat as I began walking out onto the wind. I could feel the reverberations of the engine through the metal, and the wind whipped into my eyes. What had possessed me to agree with such a rash action? Carrington laughed. Of course, I had done it. Because I'd been dared to impress a Goyle. Apparently, I am doomed to never learn my lesson when it comes to my pride. Still, I cannot pretend I regretted a moment of it. Carrington and I, returned inside hot and flustered by the wind, and related the story to a highly skeptical Monsieur Fogg. Yes, we shall sell. But we have arrived in the evening, so we must sleeps. Canton's 13 factories had once been the only Chinese port which traded with foreigners. The city had grown opium-rich and impossibly lush until the Second Opium War and a subsequent opening up of other foreign treaty ports to foreign trade. Canton was still lovely, but it was the faded beauty of decline, like a once great man's fallen into despairs. We were lodged in the barbarian settlements, as the locals termed them, on the sandbank island of Shamian, bordered by the Pearl River and connected to the mainland by 2 bridges. I spoke with the French Vietnamese troops guarding the French bridge. Uniformed thigs, yeah, the French. Hey, Basul, enjoy us on our travel. Are you tired? You should go to bed. I'm going to travel to Hong Kong, and that's then the stream. But how are you doing? No sleep. Must sleep. Sleep hard. It does me good to hear my mother tongue, I announced with a smile. Does it? They seemed singularly unimpressed by my appeal to them as countrymen. Then again, Frenchmen were probably 10 a penny in Canton. I looked across the canal to the mainland. Why is it bridge guarded? So there's no trouble, one of them replied promptly. It seemed an odd state of affairs that traders and merchantmen would need an island apart from the locals, and imported guards besides. It was a stark reminder that foreign trade in China was performed at the tip of a sword. It was foolish. Baba. I'm doing fine. Yes, Onion. Yes, that's me. I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I'm reading a lot. My voice is broken. Probably. I still have to do something for work afterwards. Anyway, hi! The Chinese must modernize. Steam trains and telegraph lines and airships were pulling us all ever closer. China could not hope to escape the embrace of modernity. The fading, bristling city of Canton was but a sign of the times. I know who is Bojo and who is Onion. I am Onion, and I know I am Onion, so we both know who Onion is. We did it. First I'll explore so the time goes forward. New routes! Yes, there's the Hong Kong route. And the market's open, so I can sell this tasty gun! 580 seasickness pills. I will have to do some sailing. Hong Kong. Buy this shit. I still have space. Do I warm climate gear? But I don't have anything else, right? I have the boots. Heavy storm. I guess I'll just buy. And then move out. Plan. You arrive tomorrow. Negotiate. Continue. No charge before 8 p.m. Embark! Hire a second bicycle. We have the money. We are so fucking rich. We are so goddamn rich. We can just buy a bike for our luggage. Even though it was only 80 miles from Canton to Hong Kong, the passage, we were told, would still take a day. We boarded a wobbly pair of steam bicycles driven by a pair of boys of thin, wiry proportions who cheered and yelled as they kicked the bicycles into its highest gear. Converse. Yes, talk about money. We are very well funded. You have made some excellent decisions. Of course I did. I'm on fine form, but we must make haste. We are halfway. We are halfway, and we are halfway across the world. Of which the other half is like two-thirds water or something. The bicycle ride was fast and rough. What a ride! Bouncing around on an uncomfortable saddle, listening to our driver's endless chatter. Yes, Onion! As the scenery rolled blankly past, we arrived a few hours later into the port of Hong Kong. Sure, tell me something. And the boy stuck out his hand for a tip. I gave him 20 pounds. Then he wagged his finger and offered a single phrase of advice. No opium, he said. No, 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 no. I suppose he was repeating his... I thanked him for his guidance. And he giggled and jumped on his bike and rocketed away. Tuesday, next Tuesday, are you gonna have travel? Are you gonna have fancy selling? I need to go to Yokohama, so I'll buy this. Oh, fancy, fancy pansies! All them parties. Do you have something planned, or are people doing something for you? I could buy more dominoes. I will celebrate it on Sunday. Sure. Sure. I am, by the way, going to stop the stream here. And the Tuesday will be for family only. Nice. Very nice. Congratulations on the birthday. No, stop. Yes, I must stop. I must stop. Because I have a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow, too. We must continue. Nah, man, I can't. I can't. I can't. Have you seen how far I already traveled? I visited 10% of all goddamn cities. The capitalization needs us. No! Look at this stuff. Look at all this stuff I've done. Look at all this stuff I did. Comfortable relationships. And then I'll go here to Yokohama. And then from there on, I'll take a giant airship to here. I am probably over more than halfway. My valeting is more remarkable. Because this is gonna be a long thing, right? And then here, I'm gonna have to take a giant trip all the way to like here. Right? No! No, trust me, I cannot. I have to stop. I can't. Tomorrow I have to go. I have to basically talk to people for 8 hours because I have to go to a fair to do things. And I still have to check something. So I cannot. No, I can't even call. No. No, I can't. Can't call sick. Cannot do. Cannot do. I'm seriously gonna have to stop here. No, I cannot. No. No. No, 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 no. No. No, trust me. This is not. No. This is not up for debate. Don't make me go all dad mode. Don't make me send you to bed so I can go to bed. Because I will, bucko. I don't even care how much you call me daddy. Because I will discipline your ass. And if you enjoy it, sucks to be you. Something tells me there's some repressed things in there. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, but... Oh, my back. Maybe. Maybe I want you to have a paddle which has daddy in it, so you can just make my ass say daddy. So everybody knows who owns my ass. I wonder, because daddy has like 5 letters, right? Would you put like DA on one cheek and then DDY on the other one, or dad and then die on the other one? This is the last thing we're talking about before I stop the stream. So enjoy it, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is like a divisive issue. Put the middle letter above your bumhole. So you would have the D. There's always a D in there. So you put the D in the butt. You put the da on the left cheek, a D on the middle, right above the crack, and then the da D on the right one. You could do that, I guess. But I feel like in typography, it would just be like kind of weird because the butt cheeks. That D. That the D. Because the butt cheeks like kind of like swerve away. So if you would like paddle in daddy with the D in the middle, it would just be like kind of like a deformed D. And who wants a deformed D? If they ask why, say that they'll regret asking. Just tattoo it on your rectum. Okay, okay, cool. Fair enough. I'm glad to see everybody. You saw a girl in Greece who did that. Is this the next part? She had pierced nips. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Here I was thinking I'm gonna get some like crazy butt tattoo story. And black tattooed tits. But why would you tattoo your birds? That's mean. That makes no sense. And she made him full black. Okay, sure. As long as that makes her happy, I guess. I mean, when the color fades, they're gonna be like green. She's just gonna have like... Why though? I don't know. Why do people put tattoos? Have you seen some of the weird things people put on their bodies? I'm not judging anymore. Well... Don't we all at some point in time? But your girlfriend doesn't let you. It must be a crazy idea then. Well, that might just be my idea. It's a circle. Oh no. Are you... Is this a... Okay. Okay. So if you're already saying like you should tattoo the D around your rectum, are you just going to tattoo a circle around your rectum and you're just trying to get other people on board on the idea? Just so you can go back to your girlfriend and like, see all these people do it. And then you show her like 17 pictures of people's rectums. Because if that's your plan, I agree. Maybe. Because, you know, that's how you know you're truly comfortable in a relationship. If you have no problem Googling other people's rectums and showing them to your significant other. That's how you know you're in a good place. 20 people had signed the petition. I would sign the petition for you to tattoo a circle around your rectum. I would do that. It would hurt, but yeah, that's the price you pay for art. It would hurt, but it's a circle. Are you just gonna tattoo, like, your nipples on your nipples? You're like, this person has, that I saw, has, like, black boobs. So I want to know what went through her head. So I'll tattoo my nipples black. And I want to see what happens. Is this it? Is that it? I will tattoo my ears next to my ears. Well, yeah. Yeah, of course. Go ahead. But I will stop. It's now like half an hour already over time. Don't tattoo your ears next to your ears. Like, seriously, like, shave them and draw them on with marker and then walk around for a week like that and see if you still want it. A couple of years ago, I wanted to get my eye tattoo. Like, the eyelids or your actual eye. The actual eye. Yeah, that's going to get you... That's going to get you blind. That's going to get you... That's going to get you a little bit of pain. It's a small chance to get blind. Yeah, but do you say that to your girlfriend too? Look, hey, babe, come on. There's only a small chance you'll go blind. Come on, hey. It's only 10%, babe. Come on. What's 10%? But you don't need your eyes anyway. They look great and all, but I don't think you need them. You'd look better without. Just no eyes, you know, just no eyes. It's good for the hair. Exactly, right? Like, why would you, like, rub an egg in there when I can just help you out? Come on. Come on. But that's it. Okay, we are done. All natural, I promise. Of course. We are done. So with that, I am going to say my goodbyes. With that, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Yes, we are done. Look, I can just press this button and we're done. You can stop me. Don't even dare leaving. Who are we rating? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Besmear? Sure. The stream's starting up soon. Apparently. Indicators for whatever. She's a sweetie. Oh, she's busy. Start that raid. Pew 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 pew. So, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Yes. Then stalk my Discord. I'll be sleeping anyway. I am a grown-ass adult man who has notifications turned off when it's 11. Raid! Go! Raid! Go! Raid!